What is up, everybody? Welcome to the very next edition of the Losers Lounge podcast. It's good to be back here, and buckle yourselves in for the next 7 weeks, because we're going to be here for, well, those 7 weeks. It's going to be fun. We have a lot of fun stuff coming up, a lot of great events to talk about for predicting and reviewing, and sometimes predicting and reviewing. But you know what? That's just how it works sometimes over on our schedule, because we want to do our best to entertain everyone. I'm Christian freaking Maracle. This is the 34th episode of our podcast. This is awesome, fun. And I'm joined by my two fellow losers. Please first welcome the heelest of Ballers.
Hello, everybody. It's good to be back. And now I go by a new name, Sin Balor. You guys have christened me as Sin Balor, so. That's what Christian did, but all the fans out there now are starting to call me Sin Balor, but heel Balor, Sin Balor. It's great to be back. Whatever. It's great to be back.
That's always cool. I can't believe I never once referenced that on my Sins videos about Finn Balor. Not even once, and it was right there. The opportunity was right there.
And he didn't take it. Oh, well.
Oh, well, that's okay. Looks like heel Balor took it.
Yep.
And also, please welcome the Double R, Reister Ryan.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is good to be back on the Losers podcast. And buckle up, keep your buttholes tight. We got a lot of action coming your way.
Yep. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our special guest, returning for the first time since, I believe, SummerSlam. Please welcome SockMonkeyMike.
Yeah, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? My name is SockMonkeyMike. And thank you, Christian Maracle. Thank you, Heelest of Ballers, my boy, Willie. And thank you to Ryan for having me back on the show for Losers Lounge podcast. It's amazing because, I was seriously thinking about coming back, and I was trying to reach out to these guys, and I was like, hey, I've been out for a while, and I want to come back because you guys are family, the whole, not just the guys on this show and not just the people involved in the show, but the fans too, everybody's family to me. So I really appreciate you guys having me on, especially guys, because it's Money in the Bank season.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Money in the Bank season is definitely gonna be fun. And while it's good to have you on board, Mike, this is gonna be a fun episode. Because ladies and gentlemen, we are, yes indeed, it is Money in the Bank season. We are predicting the upcoming edition of Money in the Bank. Now before we get started, I will want to say one thing, which is I have actually seen all the previous Money in the Bank events, so you can now watch them in a playlist on this channel. Go check it out after you're done here.
Ooh,
just watch it in a marathon. From 2010 to 2018. 2019 will be added at a future date, but before we get started on the predictions, there is something that we want to talk about really quickly, and that is, well, first of all, eating a burger and fries in bed is a bad idea.
True.
Yeah.
That's just a random fact of the day. Random fact of the day, right?
Yeah, very random fact.
But there's also something else. There's something that heel Balor wants to let out right now. So go ahead, you got the floor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Maracle. If I can find it on Twitter, because I had it right here. All right, here it is. Clear my throat. Okay, I'm not going to name this person, but basically it says, you wanted Becky Lynch as champ, you got it. You wanted Kofi Kingston as champ, you got it. You wanted Seth Rollins as champ, you got it. You wanted Roman Reigns as champ, getting it. You don't want Roman Reigns as champ, getting it. WWE catered to you, but you're still unhappy. Sometimes it ain't them, it's you.
Yeah.
And this wasn't to me. This was just something that someone tweeted out.
It just goes to show that no matter how many times you can satisfy the fans, they're always going to find a reason to complain about something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But all we're saying is, you don't always get what you want. And even when you do get what you want, you still find a reason to complain because you crave the spotlight.
Yeah, apparently last week, I believe, I saw comments saying that I'm fickle because now I'm turning against Becky Lynch, quote unquote. No, I'm turning against her push, and she's being shoved down our throats. Fact. Or actually opinion, not fact.
Yeah, it's not a... Yeah.
So I was called fickle, a cunt. opinion. There we go. I was gonna say I was being called fickle. So that person who's called me fickle. Yeah, you're irrelevant. So goodbye. We're all entitled to our own opinions.
And
I just think that.
And sometimes opinions can change.
Yes, which might have changed.
Yeah.
Just because someone has an opinion on something does not make it permanent.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, people have a right to say what they want, like, have favorite wrestlers, have least favorite wrestlers, all that stuff, you know. Whether or not you like it or not, you know, I always respect other people's opinions and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. By the way,
Same.
By the way, folks, did you hear a bird out there? That's because Heel Balor is actually doing this podcast outside.
That's right. 68 degrees here in Alabama, so I decided to come outside for a bit.
It's very
Nice.
nice.
Want to know how hot it is here in Texas?
Go ahead.
87.
Son of a bitch.
It's actually 76.
Wow.
Over here in Cali, it is actually 72 degrees, mostly cloudy, and a chance of rain.
Okay.
It's going to be storming tomorrow.
Yeah,
Ladies
it's
and gentlemen, we are hitting that summertime.
Yeah.
We are.
Which means we're getting closer to SummerSlam in my kingdom.
Baby.
And now
And
Adam
people-
Cole's going to come after him.
And people, he doesn't mean Canada.
No, it's Toronto. Yeah, people saying, you don't own Canada. I'm like, I didn't say anything about Canada. I was talking about Toronto.
Yeah, come on, people, get it right.
And even
Is that sad?
So,
Is that sad that my hometown,
Mhm.
Ontario, California, people confuse it with Ontario, Canada?
wow.
Yeah.
So shout out to our other losers, Kelsey and Connor. As Connor is with his grandmother, I think.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yes.
Family?
Yeah.
Is with family.
It's the family.
And Kelsey is working.
She's making the pizzas.
She's making them pineapple pizzas, man.
Woohoo!
Don't
Pineapple
hate that shit.
pizzas,
Yeah.
y'all. And now people hate us for that. I'm just kidding.
That stuff is nasty, man.
What? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Pineapple fruit. Keep it off pizza, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, well, here's the thing. Let's go right into Money in the Bank,
We're here
folks,
to talk about
because this is going to be a really fun event. I'm just saying right now, yes, I will admit, some editions of Raw and SmackDown recently have not exactly been the best. It's been a little bit poor, but we can't deny that the card for Money in the Bank looks awesome.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Does.
Without a doubt.
Well, what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to talk about non-title matches first, followed by title matches, and then the Money in the Bank ladder matches. And, well, climb your ladders and eat your popcorn on the top of a ladder, because here we go.
All right.
And don't fall off the ladder.
All right, I'll go do that right now.
Don't fall off the ladder. So we're going to kick things off with a match that's on the pre-show. It's not a title match. It's not a title. It's Daniel Bryan and Rowan, who are the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, going up against the Usos from Monday Night Raw. So it's a SmackDown versus Raw match.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before we begin the predictions on that, I just want to ask, do y'all like the wild card?
No.
Not really, because... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Nobody was talking.
Nobody was
Yeah.
talking.
Who was talking?
Nobody was talking?
Yeah,
Nobody was
yeah,
talking.
go
That was
ahead.
just you.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I thought somebody
You
was...
good?
Sorry, Mike. I thought you were saying something. My
Yeah,
apologies.
no worries, no worries.
So anyway,
Don't
I was
edit that
gonna say- anyway, so I was just gonna say, like, I like this wild card. I mean, it's like okayish, but the thing is, it just kind of ruins the brand split, in my opinion. Like, that's just my main thing about it. I think it just ruins the brand split.
Mm-hmm.
That's understandable because, like, brand split's always about to have It's always about separating the wrestlers at the right
No,
time.
no. I'm sitting out here.
That's Joe
Yeah,
Balor
Mr.
talking to
Check on
somebody,
me.
folks. The thing, of course, about this is, like, the wild card could have been good if it was done properly. Like, maybe if it's not every single week, what if it was maybe at a lucky time once a month or something.
Yeah.
On one month, Raw will get a wild card, and that's only like one major wrestler from the other brand, and the other month, SmackDown would get the other. How's that sound?
Yeah. I'd be okay with that.
But
like, I agree every week, though.
4 wrestlers every week. Eventually, you might as well just say, just have them all all over the place, which they already are.
To me, I think it just ruins the brand split. And, it's just basically them telling us that there's no need for a brand split. If that's the case, then merge the brands together.
See, that's what I'm kind of thinking is what they're doing is why they have this whole wildcard rule is to kind of eventually emerge all the superstars and like have them both on Raw and SmackDown just to get rid of the whole brand split.
Yeah.
Which I hope not.
Yeah. I like the brand split.
They could.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like Mike,
it's fun. I like it.
It's like, Mike, what's your thoughts on the wild card?
Yeah, well, okay, so I totally agree with what my brothers are saying right now. Like, I get it. They're trying to make WWE, have both brands kind of merge together and stuff like that. I mean, to me, the reason why I say hell no to the wild card rule is, again, like how you guys were saying, what's the point of the brand split? What's the point of having 2 separate rosters and trying to compete within each other to get better ratings and have that kind of competitive system? Because I'm a fan of that competitive system. You know what I mean? I love the fact that Raw is competing with SmackDown and SmackDown is actually being taken as competition with Raw to, view ratings back and forth. At least when we started the brand split. Now it's kind of, you're merging, a couple of SmackDown stars to Raw and then a couple of Raw stars to SmackDown. It seems to me, guys, I don't know about you, but it seems to me that we're going back to the beginning where we would have Raw, where everybody would be on Raw, and then we would have the very crappy SmackDown, which is taped on Tuesday, and then it would air on Thursdays. That's at least what my vibe is towards this wild card rule.
Do y'all remember when this all began? When Triple H announced in 2011 that one time it was like, Raw is going to be called a Raw Super Show? Remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do.
That was the end of that. Here's the thing. The first brand split was absolutely amazing, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. It was.
And, here's the thing.
It meant something.
How great would it be if both Raw and SmackDown had different stage setups?
It would.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be amazing.
I want the big fist back.
Same. There's all these bland stages nowadays.
Yeah.
It's the same design. Change up. Be creative.
Exactly.
Heck, even the WrestleMania stage this year was good. It was just a big screen.
Well, IMAX, but I like IMAX. And you know what? Honestly, I believe it was okay for what that was anyway. But yeah, compared to all the other stages we've seen at WrestleMania, you got a good point. But back to Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus the Usos. Since this is I will admit their SmackDown Tag Team Title match from a week ago, I believe, was actually not that bad. It was actually fun to watch.
Oh, definitely. I enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
Although I was afraid the Usos would win it.
Yeah.
That would be the definite end of the brand split if they moved the SmackDown Tag Titles to Raw.
That would be really confusing.
Then again, there was that time when Jericho was on Monday Night Raw, but he won the U.S. title and then immediately got moved to SmackDown, so I think that'd probably be the case. The Usos would probably get moved immediately over to SmackDown if they won the SmackDown Tag Titles.
Possibility.
But back to this match.
I mean, it would make sense because, the tag team division on SmackDown's kind of
lacking.
Yeah.
Yeah, they honestly should not have moved the Usos. Then again, they didn't know the Hardy Boys Jeff Hardy would get injured.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Here's the thing: you want to build up to good tag teams over on SmackDown. For one thing, let's develop heavy machinery.
Yes.
Right.
And let's see. Move the authors. What if they move the Authors of Pain over to SmackDown?
That would really help. That would really help.
Mm-hmm.
And actually develop these things. If they develop more on the tag teams, that would have been wonderful. Let's just say, the Revival.
Oh, yeah. My favorite tag team, baby.
My boys right there.
I will admit, I will say this one thing. Yes, I laughed at Uzi Hot. I laughed at it, but
I
that was
didn't.
here's the thing. The reason I laughed at it was because it just goes to show that the Revival even knows how to sell a comedy act. They can sell everything.
Christian, I think you read my mind.
Yeah, they can sell a comedy act as well, just like they can sell everything in wrestling.
Right.
Oh yeah, for sure. To me, that wasn't comedy though. To me, that was just humiliation. I mean, even like them shaving the backs the week before, I didn't laugh at stuff like that. It's just to me, that's not funny.
Who among us hasn't asked for a friend to do that?
Shaving their back, not me.
Oh,
I will admit though. I will admit though that I did laugh a little bit when who was it? Was it Dawson that poured water down his trunks or something?
yeah.
Yeah, I kind of chuckled at that. That was funny. I'll give it that. That was funny, but other than that, it wasn't a funny segment to me. Like not belly busting laughter funny to me. It was like a chuckle. I was like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's go to this predictions right here. When it comes to Daniel Bryan and Rowan, I think it's. Here's the thing. When they came out on SmackDown like last night, did they have the SmackDown tag titles with them? Because I didn't see them.
No.
They're the
I
tag
sadly
team
had food
champions.
poisoning.
Wait, what?
I said I sadly had food poisoning, so I wasn't able to watch SmackDown.
Yeah.
I watched it.
That always sucks whenever somebody has. I used to have. I know what it's like to have food poisoning. How are you feeling now, though?
I'm feeling great, man. I mean, I had some time to just like to sleep it off and actually just relax my stomach. So yeah, it was just some bad fish, man. I mean, but other than that, it was all good.
Okay, well, it's good that you're feeling better and you're here with us. I think the reason Daniel Bryan and Rowan didn't have the SmackDown tag titles is because they're not eco-friendly and they didn't like him.
I mean, Daniel Bryan did tease that they were going to get rid of those championships after they won them
Well, they did get
during
rid
the
of them.
photo shoot, so you never know.
I guess they did. I think this is just until they get an eco-friendly tag titles set up for them.
Right.
I wonder how long it takes for them to make those.
I wonder, especially like those type of designs and everything.
Yeah.
As much as we did not like the eco-friendly WWE title, we gotta admit it did look really cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I actually.
Yeah.
An incredible design, honestly. Incredible designs, and well, we'll just see what happens when it comes to the SmackDown tag title situation. I think that's why the SmackDown tag titles are not on the line, and that's because they don't even have belts.
It'd be pointless to have a championship match with no belts. So.
Okay, well, Willie, what's your prediction on this match?
Well, with the no tag team titles on the line, I mean, it could change, but for now, I'm gonna go with Bryan and Rowan to win. I think you just want to have something hot to kick off the pre-show, and I consider this match. I think it'll be a fun match, but I consider this match, I guess the starting point for the pay-per-view.
Yeah, it is on the pre-show.
I think it'll be fun.
It is on the pre-show, so yeah.
Yeah. I think it'll be a fun match. I got the tag champs winning.
Okay, here's this. I predict Daniel Bryan and Rowan is going to win, but because the Revival put Uchiha in the Usos.
Oh wow.
The Revival gets the revenge.
Yeah, no. I could see it.
And all right, Mike, what's your prediction?
Okay, so I was really thinking about this because obviously this is a pre-match show. You know, again, like we said, that the tag titles are not on the line, and the fact that the Usos are on Raw, but they're facing a SmackDown tag team is going to be really interesting, especially with no titles on the line. Which, like we said, there's no title design yet, unless for some reason they're just going to troll us and be like, "Oh, we have title designs for us," and like they never happen. So. Honestly, for this match, I'm going to say because it is a non-title match, I'm going to say the Usos win. I don't think there's going to be any interactions with the Revival. I think they're going to save that for maybe after the match or maybe the Raw after. I really don't see the Revival getting involved in this match, and if they do, that would be great. But honestly, I see the Usos winning and getting that victory over Bryan and Rowan. However, I I really do hope that Bryan and Rowan do win, because if you guys remember, Bryan has not gotten a win on a pay-per-view in a while. You know what I mean? Because after WrestleMania, he lost the WWE Championship, and then now this is either his time to bounce back with Rowan and have a good heel run as a tag team, or they're just going to get embarrassed by the Usos, and then the Usos will get embarrassed by the Revival. So I'm going to say the Usos on this one, just because it's non-title.
Wow, that was impressive.
Okay.
That's awesome. All right, and Ryan, your prediction?
For this match, I'm going to go with the tag champs, Rowan and Daniel Bryan. I think without doubt, it'll be a very good match. I think we saw this match before a couple of SmackDowns ago. It's very good, so I expect the same. But I think it just probably makes, like what Mike was saying, it just makes sense for Rowan and Daniel Bryan to get the win. Since Daniel Bryan's coming back for, I think it was an injury, I want to say.
Yeah.
So
injury. Concussion, apparently.
What's that?
He had a concussion, apparently.
Okay, yeah, that's right. So I think it's probably best to give the win to the tag team champs.
All right, then. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to our next match. We're going into the main show. And since we're going non-title matches first, let's go to this match, which is Elias versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, this actually has potential to be a good match, too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm actually glad that they actually have this. Isn't it a little bit ironic that Roman Reigns is in a non-title singles match against a caliber wrestler? Like this year was Elias, last year was Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
At Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Roman Reigns versus Elias should be a really good match. Let's start with Mike. What do you think about this match?
Oh, I like how you just pointed to me first. Okay, I got a good one for you guys. So, you know what? This and the fact that I just said and then you just picked me first, that's great. So, the reason why I say to this match is because, honestly, if you think about this match, they try to make Elias like this corporate villain, per se. You know what I mean? Like, he's a drifter, obviously goes on his own beat of his own drum. But if you look at the recent episodes of, like, SmackDown, for example, and then, like, how him and Shane McMahon and then all these other guys are trying to beat up Roman, and then they're gonna try to build up Roman as this like good superhero against authority and all that. Like we've seen that storyline so many times. You know what I mean? Like the fact that we see this not underdog per se, but like we see the hero, we see the villain. We see the rebellious hero take on the villainous corporation, so to speak. Kind of like an Austin versus McMahon kind of thing. Except think of Austin versus McMahon nowadays, except replace Austin with Roman and minus the beer. You know what I mean? That's what this match goes to. It's a corporate kind of villain, associated with a corporate villainous character versus Roman Reigns.
Good point.
I mean, I honestly would hope that Elias would win just for the fact that he could get off momentum and actually try to build a solid, singles heel run. I would love that. But my prediction's going to obviously be Roman Reigns, because I don't really see it going any other way unless they're going to screw Roman, and then that takes us into a match maybe at SummerSlam between Roman and Shane. That's what I really see. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, it's kind of you really don't want to see that, but that's what's probably going to happen. So, but my prediction for this match is going to be Roman Reigns. I really don't see it going any other way unless you're going to screw him at this match. So Roman Reigns for the win, clean. I really don't see any distractions happening.
And this also goes back to what Heel Balor had also previously said. Roman's not in the title picture like people wanted.
Yep.
Right.
So this would probably keep him busy for a while.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. But let's actually go to Heel Balor. Your thoughts on this match with Roman and Elias?
The build-up's been pretty weak. I mean, all Roman did was punch Vince McMahon, and then Vince is off television. In comes Elias and Shane O'Mac for whatever reason. I just don't care about the build-up. The match itself, I think it'll be fun. But yeah, as I said, Roman's not in the title match, so it's pretty much clear that he probably will win this match, unless they want to deliver a big shock and have him lose by outside interference from McMahon. Or, McMahon will be busy inside the cage. We'll talk about that later. But we could have had some interference from like B Team or somebody like that helping Elias win. But I got to go with the big dog to win this match. And they're probably going to slowly build him back into the main event scene. I think that's what they're doing.
Well, in my opinion, like a lot of people would probably disagree with me on this, but Roman Reigns is a main event caliber wrestler.
Oh, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's good that for now he's just taking a break from it, whereas John Cena was always in it.
Oh, boy, yeah.
And people always had problems with John Cena. But in the end, look how it turned out. It turned out really good. Fact of the matter is, just like John Cena was, Roman Reigns is one of the most talked about wrestlers of all time, whether it's positive or negative, and one of the top merchandise sellers.
Right.
He is.
I'll admit, he almost brings in the most money.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. That is.
Yes.
And a lot of people say, well, WWE's always doing this for money. Well, it's called a business. Every business does everything for money.
Exactly. That's true.
That's how a business succeeds.
Exactly. Let's move on, though, to Reister Ryan. Your thoughts on this match with Roman and Elias?
Honestly, I'm not really all that hyped about it, but I think it'd be pretty good. I thought last year's Money in the Bank was pretty good with, you had Roman and Jinder and Elias and Seth Rollins. So I expect this match to be pretty good. Now for my pick, I would be honest with you, I really think that Elias probably needs this win more than Roman Reigns. But I just I don't really see it happening. So with that, you can probably have like a couple of distractions to try to help Elias win, but I think Roman would just kind of fend him off, and I see Roman getting the win here, but I think they're slowly going to try to build Roman Reigns back up into the main event title picture very soon, or or whenever. So I would have to say Roman Reigns for the win.
All right, and as for me, well, one thing, I think it's good that instead of putting Roman Reigns immediately in the title picture, opponents return from cancer. I'm actually glad they're doing the thing where he pretty much fell down the mountain and now he's walking back up.
Yep.
And a lot of people are not in the best of moods because they're figuring Roman's eventually gonna probably be in the WWE Championship picture again.
Duh.
But here's the thing: if that happens, we're just gonna have to deal with it because, well, it's life.
And wrestling.
Yeah.
It's life in wrestling. Like, hell, this is something the fans are still having to deal with. Baron Corbin ended Kurt Angle's career at WrestleMania and won the match. We're just going to have to deal with it. We're just going to have to deal with that. To those who didn't like it, just got to deal with it. Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, anyways, this goes back to this, which is, of course, I will admit, yes, the build-up has been a little bit poor, and Shane McMahon has been focusing more on Roman Reigns than he has with The Miz.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
That's
thinking,
also something I could see coming into play, but I doubt it.
here's the thing, if we're going to do the whole thing where Roman is going to end up facing Shane McMahon, could you please, I'll be like, could you please just get it done at like the Saudi Arabia event, just so we can get it over with?
Yeah, it's Super Showdown.
Yeah.
I'll admit though, I was surprised that they were naming it Super Showdown, but you know what? It's okay. It's better than, I'm not even going to say it.
Don't say
What happened to the original name?
Sands of Time. I don't think they liked it.
Sands of Time. Didn't the Saudi prince also say Saudi Mania?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Saudi
Could you
Mania,
imagine if that
please.
was the case? We're not talking about Saudi Arabia. We'll talk about the Saudi Arabia event. We'll talk about Super Showdown when it comes to that edition of the podcast in a couple of weeks.
Nice.
Yep.
For now, though, we'll get back to this. All I'm saying is, if we're going to have Roman versus Shane, don't hype that up for a big caliber match for SummerSlam, because my kingdom deserves better than that.
Exactly.
Bingo.
But back to Roman Reigns versus Elias.
Deserves better.
What?
Everywhere deserves a good show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. Even Saudi Arabia deserves a good show.
Yeah.
That's true.
No matter how
Everywhere.
controversial people say the place is, they deserve a good show. And
They do.
that's why sometimes I feel bad over there that the shows are crappy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's okay, though. back to this. Yeah, the build-up's been a little bit poor. Could have been done better. I mean, we hardly remember the fact that Roman Reigns gave Vince McMahon a Superman punch. Hardly remember that, and plus, that's kind of a cliche at this point. Oh, Vince got taken down. Oh, well. Like that. Here's the thing. Just like there was no consequences when AJ Styles punched him. Remember that?
I do. It went nowhere.
Yeah. Something about unleashing the real AJ Styles, and all we got was the same AJ Styles.
Basically.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, what the hell is that all about? I can probably see Roman Reigns winning this match, Superman style, unless, of course, Elias actually would probably... I guarantee Elias would shock the world if he actually beat Roman cleanly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think we'd like it, and at the same time, we'd be like, hopefully this means something good for Elias in the future. Like, in my opinion, Elias, I mean, no offense to your boy Finn Balor or Heel Balor, but I think Elias should be the next Intercontinental Champion.
I agree.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I
was really
disagree.
thinking that last year when he faced Seth Rollins at
Yeah, last year, Money in the Bank, Elias was going for the
His
Intercontinental
match
title.
with Rollins last year was fantastic.
Yeah.
That was better than the ladder matches. Like, holy crap, that match was awesome.
I'd like to see Elias become Intercontinental Champion at some point because, like, I don't really see Elias as a guy who'd be in the main title picture, like the WWE title, but he could be one of the top mid-carders,
Mm-hmm.
and he's already doing really good. He's been doing really good since he came up to the main roster, just by his concerts. Who would ever thought that concerts would actually get this guy really over? I mean,
Yeah, which is pretty crazy because, like, I don't think well, of course, you know, he kind of had the same gimmick in NXT, but I don't think he really succeeded at NXT. Whereas, you know, on the main roster, you know, starting out, it was kind of now he's like he's over.
Yeah, think about this.
Yeah.
Elias, at all the WrestleManias he's been at, has been taken down by John Cena, humiliated by John Cena. Following night to WrestleMania this year, he was humiliated by The Undertaker. And despite that, he is still on top of the world with his concerts. It's as if he's immune. He's immune to being buried or something.
Yep, he is. He
Yeah,
is.
hold up a second. Sorry if you heard that noise, like a weird crunching noise. Well, that's a weed whacker. Somebody outside is cutting the
Bray
grass.
Wyatt.
Yeah, somebody outside is cutting the grass over my area. So sorry if you hear that noise, folks. There's nothing I can do about that. I'm not just gonna go out and say stop. I'm not just gonna go out and say stop working because he's actually doing a good job. I like it out there. I'm gonna go take a walk after we're done with this.
Sweet.
Meantime, back to this. My prediction is yes, Roman Reigns will win the match. But even despite Roman winning the match, Elias is still gonna be on top of the world as the top concert guy.
True.
Yeah, he will be.
He's kind of immune to being buried, in my opinion. But that's our predictions for that match. Let's go on to being locked inside of a steel cage, boys.
Oh, no.
The Miz versus Shane McMahon. And you want to know something interesting?
What's that?
At the very first Money in the Bank event, there was a steel cage match. Remember Sheamus and John Cena?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
I do. And the Nexus interfered.
It was still a good match, though, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
And the Nexus at the
Besides,
time,
you could hear Cena call all the spots in that match.
yeah. And the early days of the Nexus was the best
Yeah.
because everybody was not legitimate, but almost looked legitimately scared of them.
Wade Barrett should have won the WWE Championship.
And the Nexus should have won that big match at SummerSlam, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of
But
fact,
John Cena changed all that.
even John Cena wanted that to happen, right?
Not at first.
Well, John Cena was actually wanting the Nexus to go over for that night, but we're going a little off topic here. Back to cage matches here. First of all, I will say the Miz and Shane's match at WrestleMania, the Falls Count Anywhere, was awesome.
Yes.
Dude,
No
it
pun intended.
was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, amazing match.
And now, of course, after that, it's funny, that superplex off the top of that scaffolding, and then Miz accidentally pinned himself.
Yeah. I was like, wait, Shane won?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
confused, and then I was like, wait a minute. Oh, I see Shane. He's on top of Miz. He landed on top of him. And his falls count anywhere, so, it counts.
It does.
In this case, well, could you imagine? I think I could see, Miz giving Shane a superplex off the top of the cage back into the ring. Not outside the ring, that'd probably kill them.
Yeah.
But if it was back, I can see it happening back inside the ring, huh? But then Shane accidentally falls on top of Miz again and wins.
Yeah. They continue the storyline.
That's not my actual prediction, though. No, folks. What I'm going to say about this match is I can see Shane winning once again by accident. If they're both on top of the cage, Miz and Shane are like fighting or something on top of the cage. Shane accidentally slips, falls off the cage outside, and wins by accident again.
Oh, God.
Or what if Shane is... Okay, remember this? Extreme Rules last year when Braun Strowman caused Kevin Owens to win? Kevin Owens won the steel cage match against Braun Strowman when Braun threw him off the cage through a table. When that happened, I was like, wait, you do realize you just made him win. I mean, Braun even did the announcement, your winner, Kevin Owens.
That was a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
I hear like Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens, like last year, I admit their feud was fun.
It was disrespectful towards Kevin, though, so.
Yes.
That's okay, though.
The greatest Universal Champion of all time, just saying.
That's by default. That's by default, honestly.
Yeah, sorry, heels the Balors, but I'm sorry to say that. But
we all know that that's freaking true.
We can't even rank Finn Balor's title reign because it didn't even begin.
Yeah, sadly.
So honestly, in my opinion, we can't rank it. We can't even rank Seth Rollins just yet because, well, he's still in his early days. Maybe after this title match with AJ Styles, which we'll talk about a little later, right after that, maybe we can start ranking it. But in the meantime, back to Miz and Shane McMahon. Knowing Shane, he's crazy, psycho, and he can do a lot of crazy shit. That's why I'm still amazed. But I predict the Miz will get this one, which I believe it should be the case.
Yeah.
How great would it be if the Miz would later go on to become Universal Champion one day?
That would be amazing.
If there's anybody who can bring prestige to that Universal belt, it's the Miz. He can make it all about the title. He can make that thing worth fighting for after all the shit that Brock Lesnar did to it.
Yeah, very true.
And Goldberg.
Well, Goldberg actually, he showed up at least, and he defended his title within the 30-day period, and that's when he lost it. So,
yeah,
he was fine.
I give him credit.
All right, champion.
Yeah,
I didn't mind Goldberg's run. I thought it was trash, but
Brock Lesnar was trash. And Roman Reigns was doing good, and then he got cancer.
Yeah.
Now we have Seth Rollins.
I'll say this: Goldberg's reign was better than both of Brock Lesnar's reigns
combined.
Yeah, just because of what Christian said.
He actually showed up and defended within the 30-day period, and that's when he lost.
Lesnar just like shows up once and leaves for like 3 freaking months.
Yeah.
Don't remind me.
We had to go through 2 goddamn years of dealing with that. But back to this. My prediction is The Miz to win the cage match. Heel Balor, what are your thoughts on this cage match?
The storyline has reached its peak, and I think this is where it's going to end. This is a pretty good place to have it end, inside of a cage. So I think it'll be a fun match, and there'll be some crazy spots. I do like the idea of one of them being thrown off the cage to win the match, which I think that's how they'll end it, but I don't see that happening. If it does happen, I think it'd be awesome. But I see Shane doing some crazy stuff, but in the end, I think Miz is winning. I think that's the right decision. The Miz should win this match and move on to greater things. So Miz is my pick to win.
Yep. All right. Reister Ryan, your thoughts?
I will say this: I really have enjoyed this rivalry between the Miz and Shane McMahon. I think the Falls Count Anywhere match at Mania was really, really good. So I expect the steel cage match to be pretty good. I don't really know. Like, I got this kind of been of this feeling that I do think that the Miz is winning, but I got this feeling that it's going to be kind of evened up 1-1. I think that they'll have one more match at the next following pay-per-view. So I think it's probably safe to say that Miz definitely needs this win, just so that way he doesn't lose twice. I don't see him losing twice to Shane McMahon, so I think without doubt the Miz definitely needs this win. So Miz all the way.
Yeah. And Mike, your thoughts?
Man, I mean, how can I follow up those two thoughts, man? Like Christian's thoughts, you know, the Helos of Battles, Willie's thoughts, and of course, Rice to Ryan's thoughts on that. I mean, I agree. I mean, there's no logical way that Miz could lose twice to Shane McMahon. However, that's not what my prediction is. My prediction is obviously I think that this match is going to be really a sleeper because people are not really thinking about this match as a match that they're looking forward to, just because maybe a little bit more because it's a steel cage match. And of course, like you guys were saying, it was like, oh, there's going to be some crazy spots and stuff like that. But for me, and I'm going to channel in my Greg Hamilton, if you guys would let me do.
Yes.
Of course.
So I believe the winner of the match will be none other than from Greenwich, Connecticut. He is a part of the McMahon family. He is the best in the world.
Oh boy.
Shane McMahon will be your winner of the match.
Bro,
That was excellent.
Was that clear? Was that clear?
Oh my God.
That was so good.
Holy-
Yeah.
Awesome.
Shout out to Greg Hamilton because he's such, WWE's best announcer. Just saying. But yeah, like I was saying, Shane McMahon is going to get the win. I think. I really think that they're going to have Miz lose to Shane twice, and then somehow get him to a storyline where he could actually win and gain a momentum for that main event. But Shane McMahon, I think what will happen is that, like you guys mentioned earlier, something will happen where maybe he slips and then he accidentally wins, or maybe he gets that assist from Elias or gets involved. You know what I mean? Some sort of technicality that he'll win. But my prediction again, the best.
Okay,
in
I
the
think you should take it easy, man.
Shane McMahon will win.
Bravo!
I think you should take it easy, man, because you don't want to blow your voice out again.
No, it's all good.
Bravo, Mike! Bravo!
Yeah,
All right, what's
bravo
next?
indeed. Bravo indeed. Congrats on that. That's awesome.
Bravo!
All right, folks, let's move on to the.
Bravo!
Oh my God, Ryan's not gonna let me talk, is he?
I think you have a new fan, Mike.
Oh yeah.
It's
Well,
all,
I mean, the goal for me is to become a WWE announcer too. So
Okay, man.
hell, you do great, man.
Yeah, you'd be amazing.
Let's
appreciate
see.
it, fellas.
Who's ready to talk about title matches?
Let's go.
All right, let's kick things off with the Cruiserweight title match. We
Yes.
Tony
Go.
Nese
Yeah, baby.
versus Arya Daivari. All right. Tony Nese, Arya Daivari, Cruiserweight title match, likely on the main show.
Okay. All right. Who got
All right.
first off?
Ryan, you'll start off.
Let's go, Ryan.
Man, so yeah, this is pretty crazy. I think a lot of people were probably expecting this to be the kickoff match, but we get it on the main show, and without a doubt, I'll be honest. I'll be very honest with you. I've said this before in my predictions videos. I don't really keep up with 205 Live that much, but if you get a chance to watch their matches, it's absolutely incredible. Give this match a chance, please. I think without a doubt, it's going to steal the show, or not going to steal the show, but it should be very good. The kickoff match at WrestleMania for the Cruiserweight title was very good with Murphy and Nese. That was a very good match. So I expect something pretty close to that for this one. Now, like I said, I don't really keep up with 205 all that much, so I don't really know a whole lot about Ariya Daivari, but I would probably have to say I'm going to go with Tony Nese just because he won it at WrestleMania. So I don't really see him dropping the belt. I think he needs at least a good run with it. So I'm going with the premier athlete, Tony Nese, to retain.
All right.
Let's get it.
All right. I'll go next. Let's see. When I was at WrestleMania, I saw Tony Nese. Actually, as a matter of fact, when Tony Nese won the Cruiserweight title, I was actually not watching. I was getting dinner with Kamikaze.
Hey,
That was fun. But we were actually like watching on the edge of like one of the staircases, so we actually could see some of the action. First of all, I will say the chicken tenders over at MetLife Stadium are amazing.
oh wow.
They are great. But yeah, Tony Nese won the Cruiserweight title from Buddy Murphy at WrestleMania, and I only saw parts of the match, but it was actually really cool. Ariya Daivari, in my opinion, could be a good Cruiserweight champion, and I know that Tony Nese just recently won the title. However, I'm just going to say it. Ariya Daivari, new Cruiserweight champion.
Ooh,
Boy.
Mike,
Okay.
your move.
oh, it's my turn. Oh, cool. All right, so I mean, it's kind of. I feel like one of those fans that I watch 205 Live on a consistent weekly basis, and you know, I feel kind of. I feel like a needle in a haystack because you really find those fans, those little fans that watch every single week, whether it is taped or not. You know what I mean? Because there was a while where 205 Live wasn't live; it was actually taped before SmackDown Live, and then it was aired on Wednesdays. You guys remember that time?
I do.
It was just a weird process, and now we're
Yeah.
back on Tuesday nights, you know, straight after SmackDown Live, which I think is amazing. And the way that they've been building up this storyline between Ariya Daivari and Tony Nese is really interesting because you really don't see Ariya Daivari as a champion like contender. I mean, he won the number one contenders. I believe it was a fatal four-way, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And he just the way he like presents his character as, you know, Daivari de Nero, you know what I mean? Like as this very confident, cocky SOB that's just so, you know, he cares about the money, he smells like money, looks like money, you know what I mean? He doesn't really have the ring look to it. I mean, he obviously has the promo skills, he obviously has like the ring presence to it, but like, I mean, when you look at like the way he wrestles and stuff like that, a lot of people kind of sleep on that as well because you really don't see him being in a championship match like this. Same thing for a lot of cruiserweights, you know what I mean? But with Ariya Daivari, like in this case, you know, you really don't see a lot of people going for him because he's the underdog in this situation. He's the dark horse in this match because you really don't expect him to be champion, but it's one of those matches where I don't know if you guys remember, but old ECW 1995, I believe, between superstar Steve Austin and Mikey Whipwreck for the ECW Championship. You know what I mean? And then Mikey Whipwreck wins, and you really don't expect a guy like that to win a championship, but he won it. And that's what I think is kind of with this scenario with, you know, Tony Nese being superstar Steve Austin and Mikey Whipwreck, you know, as Ariya Daivari. You know, but for this match, I really see Tony Nese retaining it. I really don't like, you know, my brothers have been saying before, I really don't see Tony Nese really losing the championship that quickly. I at least see him to hold it till SummerSlam, where the one and only Drew Gulak will take that title off of him.
When you said one and
you
only,
know,
I thought you were going to talk about Ricochet.
No. Okay, to be honest, just a little thing about that. The one and only, I say that for everybody. I mean, of course, the one and only Ricochet, you know, he's the one and only, but the one and only Drew Gulak, the real Cruiserweight champion, the man that should be Cruiserweight champion already after almost 3 years of being on this Cruiserweight division. Honest to God, guys, that man has the potential. And I see him taking the title off of Tony Nese like around SummerSlam or whenever the next pay-per-view is, or when he gets that opportunity, when he properly gets that opportunity. But as far as this match goes, I think Tony Nese has a great chance. I mean, for me, he's retaining. I really love how he's really became champion and showcased what cruiserweights can do on 205 Live every single week. You know, you guys seen him, obviously. Great athleticism, great charisma. You know, I really like him as a babyface. You know, it's really better than him counting up the 8 abs that he has, you know. But that's my prediction. I really think that Tony Nese will retain, and there's really nothing else you could say, you know. But Tony Nese is a great champion. And I really think that time will come for him to lose its true gulak, you know, not having a biased opinion.
That was a really good analogy.
Indeed.
Really good analogy. I really like that.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, folks,
Hey, just goes to show you.
SockMonkeyMike is awesome.
Yeah. Even just goes to show you anybody can win a title. Hey, just look at Jinder Mahal.
That is true, yeah.
Yeah, don't remind me.
What? That was one of the best title reigns ever.
Yeah.
No, Brock Lesnar's was better.
Whoa! You went there.
Mhm.
Okay.
Hey, remember when we used to dance to Jinder?
Oh,
Theme?
Yes.
those are good times. That's when we first found each other, too. We found each other because of Jinder Mahal.
Don't
Oh,
ever
wow.
say that again.
Thanks to Jinder Mahal.
If you think he's the reason this entire thing is a reality, you are so wrong.
Dang.
Could you
are
imagine?
so wrong.
Could you imagine? That'd be weird. But Heel Balor, let's get your thoughts on the Cruiserweight title match.
Tony Nese is one of my favorite cruiserweights on 205 Live, and watching him beat Buddy Murphy at Mania, because that was the other thing I wanted, was Tony Nese to finally get that championship and finally just have some gold, because he is that talented. Finally got it. I believe he's back to being a heel, I think. That's what some people are telling me. He's back to being a heel. And, you know, so yeah, as for Arthur Daivari, I'm not the biggest fan of him. I find him bland and just boring, at least. But I think this match will be fun. And if it is still going to be on the main show, it's awesome. Congratulations to them. They deserve it. I hope they tear the house down. And my prediction is Tony Nese retains. It's not time to take the title off him just yet. Have him hold until SummerSlam, or he can lose to Drew Gulak, or Jack Gallagher, or I don't know.
No. You were just good on just saying Drew Gulak. I don't know why you keep saying those other cruiserweights, but Drew Gulak, there you go. And the conversation, there you go.
Yes, Gulak right there. Yeah, Drew Gulak or somebody else, but yeah, whatever. He deserves a long title run, and that's how I see fit. I think Tony Nese is going to retain, baby.
All right, we're doing really good. 50 minutes into this podcast, we're having a lot of fun, huh?
Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's go on to our next title match. The United States Championship, a rematch from WrestleMania. Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio. Let's take on our stopwatches and start timing, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Set, go.
Yeah, exactly. Ready, set, go. Heel Balor, you start.
Joe's winning. No, for real, Joe's winning. Joe's retaining.
No,
Joe's going to retain because I think Dominic is going to play a factor in this match. And also, it's not really time to take the title off Joe, to be honest with you. I know he hasn't done anything with it, but I think at least he has some gold finally. Keep it on him until SummerSlam, like I said with the last thing. You know, so I think Joe will be a credible factor and a big threat to another championship once he loses the US title. But for now, keep it on him. Make him look strong. And as for what Dominic being, I think Dominic's going to probably cost his father, either accidentally or he's going to do it intentionally, because I think Joe is getting into his head. And I heard that Dominic signed a contract, apparently, or whatever. I don't know if it's true or not, but if he did, cool for him. Which, by the way, Dominic's like 22, so like I'm older than Dominic. I'm older than Rey Mysterio's son. That's crazy. But as for this, I see Joe retaining either by outside interference from Ray's son, or Ray's son's going to cost him. So I got Samoa Joe retaining.
All right. Ryan?
I'm going to go with Samoa Joe on this one. And I really don't think this is a need for Rey Mysterio. I don't think Rey Mysterio needs the U.S. title. I think Samoa Joe definitely needs a very, very good run. Especially as a mid-carder. He needs a dominant run as a mid-carder.
Don't you think he needs a Dominic run?
Oh my God.
Okay, that was good. That was good.
I guarantee everybody who's listening to this podcast, they just cringed.
They cringe. That's what a podcast is here for.
Yep. Continue, Ryan.
You don't like it? Get out of here. All right. Anyway, that's all I was saying. Like Willie said, I do kind of. I don't really know because I think the last time they said at their Mania match, like Dominic was going to sit ringside or something, but that never happened. So I don't really know if he's going to be there this time or not. But like Willie said, it could probably play out to be a factor. I heard rumors of possibly Dominic turning on his father, and which likely I could see happening. But I do.
You could do Dominic and Ray at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Dominic
you can do that.
does the 619.
Oh my god.
What if you actually did that?
Wouldn't be the first.
And
Wouldn't be the first
actually,
time Dominic was. Wouldn't be the first time Dominic was involved with SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh my god, yep.
We love you, Eddie, and we miss you, Eddie.
Yes, we
Always.
do, Eddie.
Yes. The
Legend.
reason why I got into wrestling.
Yep.
Batista was my reason, but he's gone. So,
back
anyways,
to-
continue, Ryan.
I have a different wrestler. I kind of can't really say it on this podcast, but anyway.
Oh, what? No. You can say it. It's our podcast.
Was
Remember?
it CM Punk or was it Chris Benoit?
Chris Benoit. Yeah.
Okay.
Chris Benoit.
Cool.
Yeah. I said it.
Every,
No.
every name is
problem with
allowed.
it?
Every name is allowed on here, folks.
Oh, look, we don't have rules on here.
No.
It's our podcast, right?
Yeah.
That nobody's gonna know.
Nobody's gonna know.
Cool.
Actually, everybody's gonna know. It's just there's nothing anybody can do about it.
If you don't like it, then get
Go
out of
watch
here.
us.
Exactly.
Wrestling wise, it's wrestling wise, people. Wrestling wise.
All right, Ryan. Back to what you were saying about the match.
Oh, okay, yes. So depending on whether or not Dominic's at ringside or not, I think it just kind of depends. But anyway, I think Samoa Joe is going to win by submission. I think he's going to do the coquina clutch. And I kind of see at this point, I think if Joe does win the match, I think he does choke out Dominic as well. I can kind of see that.
I'll probably start laughing at that.
I really get this feeling like it's going to happen, but I don't know. We'll just have to find out. But yeah, Joe, I think definitely needs to win. So Samoa Joe retains.
Okay.
All right then.
All right.
I will honestly say that WrestleMania, they honestly should. If Ray was working with an ankle injury at WrestleMania, why didn't they just cancel the match? Because they didn't need it. And it was only a minute, and that was just humiliating for Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
But I will give credit on one thing. That was the only believable way that the match could go when it comes to a big guy versus a little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, and that's another reason. If you're going to have it, anybody do that to Rey Mysterio, I think Samoa Joe is definitely one of them.
Yep. So, for this case, I'm pretty sure the match is actually going to last a little while because I think Ray's ankle is fine now.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
I think this match is going to last for a while. Can we also say Rey Mysterio's match with Cesaro on Raw? Wow.
It was a banger, bro. I enjoyed it.
Poisoned.
Yeah.
That's a rivalry right there. That needs to happen as a rivalry.
Hey, you know what? I even mentioned this in my WrestleMania Sins videos, and what do you guys think of this? This is a really quick thing. How would you guys like to see in the future a one-on-one singles match between Cesaro and someone like Ricochet?
That would be
That would
absolutely
steal the
amazing.
show. That's of the night right there.
Cesaro,
I can see it.
Cesaro is not even on the card for Money in the Bank, and he should be. He
Yeah,
should be in the
He
Money in the
should
Bank
have
ladder
been
match.
a Money in the Bank participant.
Yes.
Because how great would it be like for Cesaro to finally get a push since I believe the bar is no more now?
Nope.
Yeah.
For one thing, I think Sheamus is hurt a little bit, and for the other, they're on separate brands now.
Yeah.
But
Crazy.
Rey Mysterio's
By
match
the way,
with
change
Cesaro.
this freaking theme song.
Yeah, that theme song belongs to Sheamus. And even bring back
It
Sheamus'
does.
old theme.
Yes.
That'd be great.
It's a shame that they
Lost their head.
a careless
This
man
man
that
did
can
wind
wind
up
up
dead.
I mean, that was a great theme song.
Yes.
So yeah, Cesaro should honestly go back to the theme he had, before, the do, and actually,
I hate that.
and it actually continues with a dun 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 dun.
You remember when he came out with like the suit and everything? He ripped it off and stuff.
Yeah,
I missed that.
James Bond right there. That was so sick.
Bring that back. Like that was like badass.
Boom.
Yeah, we were actually, when he first came back, we were actually confused on if he was actually going to wrestle, right?
Yeah.
Is he going to wrestle, or what the hell is he doing? Oh, okay, I see it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Rey Mysterio's match with Cesaro on Raw was amazing. So we got, I think it would be awesome, like, if one day Cesaro actually became, let's say, what if Cesaro became U.S. champion?
Again.
Yeah. How great was his first U.S. title reign?
It was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was cool.
Anyway, I guarantee this match with Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio is going to last more than a minute. But yeah, I see Samoa Joe once again retaining. I think they're finally going to do something with Dominic. I don't really have much else to say about it though, because build-up has not exactly been that great.
Yeah.
I honestly thought Samoa Joe was going to choke out Dominic that one time backstage as well.
I'm waiting.
It's funny
Just
how he
waiting.
just like walked behind him and
Creepily
everything.
followed him. They went to commercial. I would have thought the next thing you know is there's doctors all over Dominic. But all it was is just Joe wanted to have a quick conversation. But
Quick conversation.
I was going to say, yeah,
Yeah.
Samoa Joe's going to retain the title. Dominic will probably get involved at some point, but I don't have much else to
Let's
say.
be honest. Let's be honest. Joe has been pretty savage when it comes to families.
AJ Styles.
Wendy.
Oh, Wendy!
Oh, Dominic.
Oh, God.
What if he actually does that?
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
Oh, Dominic.
No, he goes after Ray's daughter.
Oh.
Man.
Yeah, he goes after Elias. Yeah.
That's her name?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Did she ever appear on WWE?
Yes.
When?
Oh, yeah, in the crowd. Right?
Remember when CM Punk was doing his whole straight edge society thing?
The birthday thing before
Remember that?
WrestleMania.
The birthday, yeah.
Yeah.
He started singing happy birthday to his kid. To Ray's kid.
Yeah, I remember that now. Man, the Straight Edge
Oh.
Society, how great was that?
And Dominic was still taller than Ray, I believe. That was like in 2010. So,
That's all good.
dang.
But yeah, I don't really have much else to say other than Samoa Joe is going to retain. Mike, what are your thoughts on this match?
Ooh, you know what? I like how everybody's saying that Samoa Joe's going to retain and stuff like that. I love Samoa Joe. Okay, I love the fact that he is a badass heel. He's a savage. He does what he wants. He said he has. Yeah, guys have to agree with me on this. Terrific, phenomenal mic skills. Phenomenal.
Yes.
Like he could say gospel and you have to stop what you're doing, eating your popcorn or whatever, and just listen to what he has to say. Whether it is to AJ Styles and Wendy, whether it is to Rey Mysterio and Dominic, doesn't matter. And the way that he is in the ring as well, I mean, dude, how can you not appreciate that? You know what I mean? Appreciate his ring work, appreciate the way that he could just choke someone out in less than 5 seconds. But besides that, I am sad to say that's not my prediction. My prediction is that Ray's going to make his son proud. You know, Daddy's finally going to do it, son. Daddy's finally going to do it. He's going to win the big one. He's going to win the big championship. Yep. So basically, and the reason why I say that is because Rey Mysterio has been back in WWE for how long? Almost a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So out of that whole almost a year, he's fought for, against champions. He's fought for championships, but he really hasn't been that successful since his return. So I really think that he's going to redeem himself from his WrestleMania loss, and I think that he's going to make his son proud. Maybe, like you guys said about apparently WWE signing Dominic or whatever. Do I know? I don't know. But I really see that Ray wins. He wins wins the championship, but I don't think he holds it for that long. Maybe he loses it at the next pay-per-view, the next 2 nights on SmackDown or something. I really don't see him holding that title, the United States title, past, the next pay-per-view.
Well,
so my prediction is Rey Mysterio.
Well, Rey's on Raw, not SmackDown, but okay.
Oh, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I get what you're saying. That's a really good analogy. Mike's analogies are awesome. I think this is why he should honestly be an announcer for WWE.
Aw, thank you. Even though I just said that Rey Mysterio was on SmackDown still.
Who among us hasn't?
Hey,
Who among us hasn't botched?
Yeah.
Exactly. We've all
It
botched.
happens sooner or later.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Perfect.
Just don't feel bad. Like, I'll remind you of Mauro Ranallo.
Yeah.
Bacho Ranallo. Those are the days.
What match we got next on the card?
You know what? Mike, even in my universe mode, when I do commentary, I mess up a lot. I guarantee you.
Dude, I do commentary with, I don't know if you guys know who this YouTuber is, but his name is Tubby Emu. And,
I know who that is.
Yeah.
And we had an episode for GTS Wrestling for the WWE 2K19 series, and I messed up a lot. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I understand mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. We're all human. But at the end of the day, this is what I want to do in my life. Be a commentator, be an announcer, or wherever life takes me. You know what I mean? So,
and we want you
I'm
to
just
succeed,
proud of what I'm doing. So,
and we want you to succeed, man. Everybody in the Optimistic
Definitely.
Empire wants you to succeed.
Definitely.
well, thank you, Optimistic Empire.
Now, who's ready to talk about not 1 but 2 matches?
Oh boy, here we go.
Let's talk about the Raw Women's Title and the SmackDown Women's Title match. But it's Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans and Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. Let's actually start one at a time, even though she's competing twice. We'll start off with the Raw title first, but I will say one thing.
Okay.
First of all, Mike, I'll start with you actually for this. What is your thoughts on Becky Lynch competing twice?
You know what? I kind of expected it because, in a sense, Becky Lynch won both titles at WrestleMania. So, you would think if someone would win both titles, they would unify those titles, and then there would be one title. You know what I mean?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but for some, but she won both titles. And again, remember, before going into this match for the WrestleMania main event, all of us, I think, if I'm speaking for everybody here at the Losers Lounge podcast, I think we were all thinking that triple threat match was going to be just for the Raw Women's Championship match. But then Charlotte Flair got a sudden, SmackDown Live Women's Championship match against Asuka. Asuka loses to Charlotte Flair. And then next thing you know, both titles are on the line. Becky Lynch was going in there as, per se, the underdog after getting her Royal Rumble one-on-one match, taken away from her, and then she earned it back, and then, triple threat match, and then she won it. Because, I think that Becky Lynch is trying to prove to the world that she could do what no other women could do, and that's to really show the world why she is the man, why she is the women's champion of not only Raw, but SmackDown Live as well. So I really like the idea of her defending 2 titles in one night. However, is it logical? Maybe not. I'll admit it as a Becky Lynch fan. It wasn't really logical to do that because, you have to remember you're not only defending your title, but you're trying to put on quality, great matches, in that process, whether they're back to back, whether they're, one's on one part of the night and one's on the other part of the night. It's kind of, a lot of fans, and I'll point that out too, is that a lot of fans like to say, oh, well, Becky Lynch is being thrown into our faces and shoved down our throats and stuff like that. And to be honest, well, hey, I don't mind, Becky Lynch being shown in my face and shoved down my throat. I'm cool with it. So, but, towards this 2 matches in one night thing, I mean, hey, it's just Chris Jericho, King of the, I believe it was Vengeance 2001, where he faced The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin on the same night. I love those vibes. So I love it. Do I think Lacey Evans is going to be a very interesting competitor for her to face? Yes. Is it going to be interesting to see Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch for the 1,000th time? Yeah. So, I'm excited for those two matches, and I'm really looking forward to giving my predictions for both of those matches.
That's amazing right there. I love hearing all these analogies. Willie, what are your thoughts on Becky Lynch competing twice?
I'm gonna piggyback off Mike, man. Basically, I mean, the entire thing has basically just been a roller coaster for me, man. I don't like the fact that there's just two championships. I think they should have unified them at WrestleMania. And I also do think that they should have had the Raw Women's Championship just be the only championship on the line there with Ronda and Becky. And you could have put Charlotte, in a different match, like with Oscar or whatever, but they didn't do that. And they talked about Becky Lynch being shoved down our throat, man. I mean, I think we kind of asked for it. I mean, we wanted Becky. We're getting her. I think, to me, this is WWE saying, hey, they wanted more, we're going to give them more. You want more Becky? There you go. You want more Kofi Kingston? There you go. All that stuff. To me, it's more like, I wouldn't say shoved down our throats. I would just be saying probably just, it's a little bit too much. A little bit too much. I want to see Becky every freaking week. You know what I mean? And how these matches, I mean, Lacey Evans has done freaking nothing. Only won one match, and I think her character is freaking garbage. Charlotte, on the other hand, I mean, we all know what she's done in her accolades and stuff like that. And Becky Lynch is Becky Lynch. Becky Two Belts, which, by the way, is the most cringiest nickname in wrestling I've ever heard in my entire life. But overall, I think these matches will be fun. Seeing Charlotte and Becky tear it up again for like the 1,000th time, as Mike said, will be fun. Lacey Evans, I think Lacey Evans will give Becky the fight of her life. And I really am expecting hopefully a good match. I mean, Lacey Evans isn't that good in the ring. And I think she's garbage. I'm not the biggest Lacey Evans fan, ladies and gentlemen. I don't like her as a wrestler, as a human being. I mean, I've heard she's okay. A few stories I've heard, but I don't know if they're true or not. But, I'll give her what credit to do, man. She's a pretty good worker. If she keeps working hard enough, teach her the ropes a little bit more, and maybe I'll start lighting up to her. So overall, I really am excited for both matches. That's all I got.
All right, wow. And Ryan, your thoughts on Becky Lynch competing twice?
I honestly, I think this is good. I think this is good for her. And it really, honestly, I think what they're doing is, show Becky Two Belts. Becky Two Belts, yes. That it's not just a name. This is an actual meaning.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have her looking strong. Like, hey, I can defend both belts on the same night. I can do that. And for me, honestly, do you want me to get my predictions for both, or just? Like, you want me to get my predictions for both?
Might as well, because, we're going to get right into the matches. So let's start with the Raw Women's title match.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, cool. So for this one, I mean, it's been okay. I think Lacey, I mean, she's okay. I'm not really that big of a fan of her, but I think her character's all right. I'm just not really that big of a fan of it. But I think, without a doubt, I think Lacey Evans is going to have a strong showing. I think she definitely needs it. Just, kind of not make her look like real bad, but, I don't think she's winning, but just really not have her look bad at all. Like, give her a tough showing. And so, anyway, so I definitely think that obviously Becky's going to retain both titles. I mean, Charlotte, like she's 8-time women's champion, all this, I don't think she definitely doesn't need this belt again, because I don't want another short reign or any kind of crap like that. So anyway, I think Becky is retaining both belts. I think. Now, honestly, I don't really know how long she probably would hang on to both belts, but I see probably all the way up to probably SummerSlam, I'd say. But I think they just really need to make this whole meaning. If they're going to keep calling her Becky Two Belts, then without a doubt, she needs to retain both belts and at least hold both belts for quite some time. So that's just kind of my opinion on it. And then they made T-shirts and all that with the Becky Two Belts, Mother Two Belts, stuff like that. So I think it's just safe to, keep this whole Becky 2 belts thing going.
In my opinion, I don't think the whole Becky 2 belts thing is a good idea. I want her to lose at least one of the titles on Sunday night.
Yeah. I'd be okay with it.
But here's the thing. I'd be totally fine. Here's the thing. Becky Lynch could retain both her titles against Lacey Evans and Charlotte Flair, but she's also got to watch her back for Miss Money in the Bank.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Yeah.
Whoever that is going to be. We'll talk about who we hope it's going to be a little later, but
yeah.
I was say for my predictions, people are not going to like me for this, but I'm predicting and actually hoping Charlotte Flair wins back the SmackDown title.
I'll be fine with that.
I do not think Lacey Evans is ready. I want Lacey to compete a little while longer before she actually becomes champion.
Yeah.
And then we'll try again later.
To be very honest with you, I was really surprised Lacey Evans was getting a title shot right after Mania.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, it really is.
Really is crazy. Let's see. But yeah, I'm predicting Charlotte Flair to win back the SmackDown title, but Becky Lynch to retain against Lacey Evans.
Fingers crossed.
Willie, your predictions?
I'll go with the SmackDown title first. As we all know, this is probably the 1,000th time they faced each other. And they've had pretty good matches. They always put on good matches, in my opinion. In my opinion, the last matches they had, which was at Evolution, which I loved that match. And they tore the house down. And they put on a pretty good match there. I'm expecting the same thing to happen here. And I do think Charlotte's walking out champ. I think the Becky 2 belts thing, to me, is just freaking cringe. I don't really care for it. Just like, I don't care about them calling her the man and crap like that. I've been over that. And I think it's time for Becky to just lose one title. I mean, don't have her carry both titles for too long. Just take the title off her, one title off her now, and then you can have her just go on to SummerSlam to defend one title. Put the title on Charlotte, and then have Miss Money in the Bank cash in, or whoever it's going to be, cash in on that. And have them cash on Charlotte for all we know. I don't know. But I got Charlotte Flair winning the SmackDown Women's Championship. And as for Lacey Evans, as I said, she will put up a good fight. In the end, my girl's going to retain, hopefully, over Lacey Evans. I see Lacey Evans giving her a good fight, and I see them going back and forth, probably very physical. But at the end of the day, I think Becky Lynch will retain the Raw Women's Championship, but she'll lose the SmackDown Women's Championship. And do I see a cash-in happening for the Raw Championship? No. Becky's holding to one of those belts. Come on.
Yeah.
Take one off and just have her keep the other one. I got Becky retaining the Raw, but she's losing the SmackDown one. That's what I got.
And Mike, your predictions.
Okay, so I have a question for you guys. Would you want the biased Becky fan prediction, or would you want the real Mike prediction?
The real Mike prediction.
Let's go with both.
Yeah, I was going to say both.
Okay.
Both.
All right.
Why not both? Both?
All right, so my biased Becky prediction is that Becky 2 belts will retain, and no one can tell me otherwise. Even if a stupid Miss Money in the Bank will cash in, she will still retain. And guess what? Becky 2 belts will retain. There's my biased Becky thing. No one is better than Becky, blah, 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 blah. I love Becky to the moon and back. Anyways, so my real prediction. Okay, so going down the breakdown, I mean, I look at both these matches. I really look at the way they build up the Raw Women's Championship match and the SmackDown Women's Championship match. I mean, as we've seen on Raw, Lacey Evans and Charlotte Flair put, Becky Lynch through the table and stuff like that during the contract signing, blah, 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 blah. So I agree with what Willie said. I really don't see Lacey Evans becoming champion because she really hasn't shown me how she could become champion, knowing that she's competed very little on the main roster. I mean, we've seen Lacey Evans come up as this new NXT, startup as a part of the NXT startups or whatever with EC3 and Heavy Machinery. And then like Ricochet and Aleister Black to come. But remember, guys, for a while, Lacey Evans would just come, appear, her music would play, she would pose for the crowd, and then she would leave. And then now,
Vince enjoyed that.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Anyways, and then afterwards, she got into, with Becky Lynch, straight after. And to me, that was like, okay, like let's see what Lacey had, to offer, and then she only had one match. She won, and then she really, like I said, she really hasn't proven to me. I mean, of course, I'm a huge fan of her from NXT, but like on the main roster perspective, they're just making her as like a Barbie doll. I mean, it's like she poses for the crowd, and that's it. Like she only has one good match on the main roster, or not really good match, but like a really just a showcase squash match, and that's it. So for the Raw Women's Championship match, I really see Becky retaining, honestly. There's really no need for her, Lacey to win the championship this early in her career. She's not a Ronda Rousey. She's not going to be this big name that needs to win a championship immediately. Same thing goes with Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch. Now, of course, I could see those two putting on a classic. And yes, I joke about it being the 1,000th time that we're going to see the two face off. But, every time they face off, and you guys even have to admit this too, they're pretty amazing.
They are.
You know what I mean? Talk about the last women's standing match at Evolution. Talk about, talk about the match that they had at, I believe it was at SummerSlam last year when Becky Lynch, quote unquote, turned heel.
Yeah.
And
even Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell.
Yeah,
as
Hell
well.
in a Cell too.
Yeah.
The only exception is the Super Showdown from Australia. That's the only exception.
I didn't get to watch that, sadly. But anyways,
did anybody?
Yeah,
it was 5 in the morning.
In terms of both matches, my prediction, I'm sticking with my gut here. Becky Lynch retains both championships, but I won't be surprised to see Charlotte Flair actually taking the SmackDown Women's title away from Becky Lynch. Because SmackDown Live really needs that forefront for its own separate women's division. Because now with Bayley and all these other women that are stepping up, from the SmackDown Live women's roster and stuff like that. So. Again, Becky 2 belts retains, and she, continues her reign. Do I see Miss Money in the Bank cashing in? Now, that really depends on the structure of the card, because, like, we could see the Women's Championship happen before the Women's Money in the Bank match or after. And if it's before, you really don't see a cash-in happen. But if it happens afterwards, then I see the cash-in happen. Whether or not it's successful, that's for my later predictions with the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match predictions. But as of right now for you guys, Becky 2 Lynch. Wow.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Becky 2 Lynch.
Becky 2 Lynch. I love it. That was awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the new nickname for Becky Lynch. Becky 2 Lynch.
Becky 2 Lynch is way over the Becky 2 belts. So
yeah.
That's my prediction. I think that Becky 2 Lynch actually retains.
Okay. All right.
I can't believe I said that.
That was great, though.
That one moment when a botch turns into something gold.
Yeah, Mox, the whole, like, Christian's going to add it to this podcast, like, after it's all published. It's going to be like, Becky 2 Lynch.
We got to remember that. We got to make sure we remember that, folks.
Yep.
Hashtag on Twitter, guys. Hashtag Becky 2 Lynch.
I'm putting it on there right now.
Oh, you're putting it on there right now?
Hey, be sure to tag SockMonkeyMike as he created that.
All right.
Hell yeah. Hashtag Becky 2 Lynch, guys.
While we get
Becky
that thing
2
trending, let's move on to the next match. And who's ready to talk about the WWE Championship? Kofi Kingston versus Kevin Owens.
Yes, sir. Hell yeah.
All right. Now, I will say this right here.
Oh, you want me to do one? I got you guys. Okay, let me do. Since I did Shane McMahon's already, I got this. And my voice is good, so don't worry about it. All right.
Okay.
Introducing from Toronto, Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
He's from Toronto?
I said Toronto.
No, I said Montreal. I said Montreal.
You said Toronto?
He said Toronto.
I said Toronto. Okay, let me rephrase. I'm sorry. From Montreal, Quebec, Canada. He is the greatest Universal Champion of all time. He is the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
Wait,
he is
what?
the greatest United States Champion of all time, and soon to be WWE World Heavyweight Champion. As
Hopefully.
soon as he beats Kofi Kingston in the main show of Money in the Bank, Kevin Owens.
You mean Owens?
I guess
Yeah.
I think Mike put his prediction or something in there.
I
Maybe.
think he
Yes.
just did.
Wow.
Okay, let me just clarify. Kevin Owens in this match will become the new WWE champion. And the reason why I say that is because I'm a biased Kevin Owens fan. He made me a fan of professional wrestling. And not only that, but if you look at his career, out of his almost 4 years on the main roster, he has done more than Bo Dallas. He has done more than Neville. He has done more than, let's see, who else, the NXT champion do I want to mention? He has done more than Samoa Joe. He has done more than just basically every NXT champion, except for Seth Rollins.
Big E Langston.
Oh yeah, Oh yeah. Oh well, I don't mention the injured. So, anyways, but yeah, so he has done more than any other NXT champion besides Seth Rollins. Maybe Jinder Mahal is, or no, he was never NXT champion. He was never NXT champion, thank God. But
You're forgetting somebody.
oh, and Finn Balor, I forgot about that. My bad, dude.
Finn who?
But and anyways, okay, I'll give credit where credit's due. Finn Balor was the first Universal Champion. He is a great Intercontinental Champion. But of course, Kevin Owens
running NXT champion.
Okay, thank you, sir. But who actually brought the NXT Championship to the main roster? Let me see. Was it Finn? No. Kevin Owens. Thank you. Yes. So
Actually, Neville brought it, but that was back in 2014. But whatever.
But Kevin Owens actually made the NXT brand relevant. Anyways, so
Okay.
anyways, so so basically, if I could do my little rundown really quick, so
Yeah.
Kevin Owens will become the new WWE champion. I believe that it is his time to finally become a Grand Slam champion, minus the tag team titles. I really think that he has the capability of having the most glorious WWE run as a heel. And I really think that he has, there's no argument that he is entertainment. He is basically what WWE needs right now. They need an entertaining champion. They need a guy who's going to be that heelish guy that walks into an arena and gets booed the heck out of or cheered, because he deserves to be cheered, guys. He deserves to be cheered, bowed down to, and just absolutely he deserves that WWE Championship run. So, in the end, WWE Championship match, Kofi Kingston, Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens beats the living life out of Kofi Kingston. And, yeah, that's all I got to say as the hashtag Kevin Owens guy.
That's not bad. I like that. For my case, I will say as much as I loved it when Kofi finally became champion at WrestleMania. You can see me crying on my vlog. Go ahead and check it out if you want to. Watch me burst into tears. That's fine. But you know what? I'm a man. I admit when I cry.
I freaking cried at the main event.
Exactly. So, however, despite that, I'm like, this was all about Kofi finally getting his moment. And even if he loses at Money in the Bank, it's not going to take away what happened at WrestleMania.
Nope.
So,
Nope.
In my opinion, it's time for Kofi Mania to be put to rest. Because Kevin Owens, Kofi Kingston, I'm sorry to say this, guys, Kofi Kingston is still a B+ mid-card player.
Ooh.
He won the WWE Championship. However, you may have won the WWE Championship, but that doesn't mean that you're automatically elevated to main event status because, well, think about it. That's just the title. It could be put on anybody. It could be put on Kurt Hawkins, and he still wouldn't be a main event player.
True.
Yeah.
God help us all if that happens.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's great Kofi finally got his moment. And title reigns and everything aren't always. Sure, that's a great thing to have a long title reign. Yeah, and a lot of people are going to always say Kofi deserves a long title reign, but in my opinion, this is not about Kofi having a long title reign. This is about him even getting a shot at the title, and he finally got it at WrestleMania. He won it too. So it's great that he finally got his moment at WrestleMania, his first ever WWE Championship, where he became the first ever African-born WWE Champion. And I will say, it's wonderful.
Proud.
It's wonderful. It's great that he finally did it. He made history. He made history, and nothing will ever take it away, even if he ends up losing the WWE Championship to Kevin Owens. But honestly, when it comes to Kofi Kingston and Kevin Owens, Kevin is the type of guy who, honestly, in my opinion, really is a main event status player who can really pull off being a great champion as a heel. And I'm sure Kofi could pull off a great champion, but the problem is he's still part of New Day, and so New Day basically is the WWE champion. And that's not always a good thing because, the stable still exists. Big E may be out with an injury, but eventually he's going to come back. And so
Right.
I just want to say that congratulations to Kofi Kingston. It's great that he became champion, but it's time for Kevin Owens, honestly, to get his title. Because Kevin Owens is the type of guy who I believe could be champion for a long-term period. For a guy who can actually hold the title, make it one of the most talked about things. Because lately, Kofi Kingston has not exactly been talking much about the WWE Championship. Have you guys noticed that most of the time it's Kevin Owens talking about the title more than the champion himself?
Yes.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Kofi Kingston is still doing everything the New Day did, throwing out the pancakes, throwing out the merchandise.
Touch on that. I was gonna say, go ahead. I'll touch a little bit on that more when I get to my thing, because I got a little bit something to say with that.
Yeah, but yeah, Kofi Kingston is still doing the New Day stuff more than he's actually being a WWE champion. It's great. He actually defended the title on 2 consecutive nights, one in a rematch against Daniel Bryan, and the other in the match between AJ Styles and Sami Zayn on SmackDown. And I applaud Kofi for that. But at the same time, I think they only did that because he realized the WWE title was starting to, wear off a little bit, and he needed to give it more prestige. And thankfully, we have Kevin Owens, who can definitely make it all about the title, because, sure, Chris Jericho helped his Universal title reign be awesome, but at the same time, Kevin Owens was proving how much of a great champion he was. Same when he was the United States champion and the Intercontinental champion. Kevin Owens has what it takes. Kevin Owens has what it takes to be one of the top heels over on SmackDown Live when there's not really that many over there. Kevin Owens has what it takes to be the main event status player. I feel bad to say this, but Kofi Kingston is still just a mid-card player, even if he's the WWE champion. And it's time for Kevin Owens to finally get his shot. That was my long-ass prediction. It's Kevin Owens' time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. That's why you are a good brother, sir. Thank you for that.
That was long,
Christian,
wasn't it?
that was so good, bro.
Very good.
All right.
For real. You actually spit some opinions out there, man, that I do agree with.
Yep.
I like.
And here's the thing. I also kept my cool about it at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Showing so much respect for Kofi Kingston as well. I'm saying this here's the thing, and I guarantee though, there's still people who are gonna tell me, "Oh, you're only saying that because the race and everything." It has nothing to do with that shit.
No.
It has to
No.
do,
No.
yeah, it has to do with the fact that Kofi is sadly just not main event status. But I've already said my turn, and now Ryan, how about this? Your move.
My move. Okay. Many people will probably, well, I think a lot of people will probably agree that I think some do, some don't. I saw Kevin Owens' heel turn coming. I think it was pretty predictable. We probably all saw that coming. Because, in my honest opinion, Kevin Owens, he could probably definitely be a good babyface, but he is just the definition of a heel.
You almost made me cry,
Ryan.
Ryan. You almost made me cry.
I'm
Beautiful.
sorry.
No. Happy tears, bro. Happy tears.
Okay. You're welcome, Mike. You're a good man. You're a good man. You're a good brother. Anyway. But yes.
We're in the club now.
he just fits a heel character better than a face character. And like Christian says, with Kofi Kingston, I'm a big fan of Kofi Kingston. I've been a fan of Kofi Kingston ever since 2009. And I really enjoyed his Intercontinental title runs, his United States title runs. But, it's like Christian said. This may be the only time that we will ever see Kofi Kingston as a WWE champion. I don't ever see it happening again. This is probably his one and only moment with the WWE Championship. But, however, though, even though I think probably Kevin Owens could probably be the better champion, I am still going to go with Kofi Kingston. I don't think that Kofi Kingston needs to lose the title just yet. I think they still kind of need to let him have the title and, not just say this was a fluke run or anything. But it's like what Christian said, though, even if he does lose Sunday, I'll be happy if Kevin Owens does win. I won't complain or anything. But it will not take away the fact that Kofi Kingston had one of the greatest moments in wrestling history at WrestleMania when he won the WWE Championship. But for this Sunday at Money in the Bank, he has a tough challenge against Kevin Owens. And without doubt, Kevin Owens is a top 3 heel on the roster. A top 3 heel. If not the best, without doubt, top 3 heel. But I think that Kofi Kingston is going to pull away with the win. I think he is going to retain the WWE Championship. It's going to be a hard-fought match. But in the end, I think Kofi Kingston pulls this one out. And Kofi Kingston is still your WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Oh, wait, never mind. It's not World Heavyweight Champion. It's just champion. WWE Champion.
Oh, you can call it that.
Xavier Woods calls it that.
World Heavyweight Champion.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
All right.
That also reminds me that even if Kofi retains after that long that talk I had about this, like even if Kofi retains, I'm not going to be mad at all.
Yeah.
This is nothing to do about me being mad or anything. This has to do with the fact
and without a doubt, this feud has been amazing. I will say that. It's been real great.
Here's the thing. I don't even think the WWE title match is going to be close to the end of the night either. I think it's going to be in the middle, just like WrestleMania.
I think, honestly, if I'm being honest with you, I think it could possibly be like the second or third match of the night. I would not be surprised.
Yeah. And finally, Heel Balor, your thoughts on this?
Thank you for playing my theme song, Double R.
No problem.
Okay, my big opinions on this WWE Championship match. First of all, you all know I'm a big Kofi Kingston fanboy. And the moment at WrestleMania, man, that was something else, man. Something that will probably never happen again. On the other hand, all good things must come to an end. Kofi Kingston as the WWE champion so far has not been interesting to me. All he's been doing is basically the stuff he's been doing in the New Day. Throwing pancakes, being all the positivity stuff. I don't want that from a WWE champion. And I know that's his character, that's his gimmick. But I want a more serious... I want someone like Daniel Bryan or like AJ Styles or like, the people before Kobe who held the WWE Championship. You can call me fickle. You can call me whatever. You can say that I'm backing up the Kofi Kingston fanboyism and the bandwagon. But that's just my opinions there. And I don't think that Kofi was supposed to be a long-term champion at all.
All right,
think what
transitioning
WWE
outside.
did.
No, I said I'm transitioning outside. My bad.
Okay, sorry. Kofi Kingston, I don't think he was meant to be a long-term champion. I think what WWE just wanted to do was just give him that moment. And at WrestleMania, basically what they did at WrestleMania is give everyone what they wanted. Everything. And I think at this pay-per-view, some things will be taken away. Becky Lynch, Kofi Kingston, the Money in the Bank matches. They're probably going to take most of that stuff away from us. As for this match, man, Kofi Kingston and his long title run, his title run hasn't been good because I just don't see him as a main champion. Daniel Bryan, I took him more seriously because of his gimmick. And, AJ Styles, I took him because, of his wrestling ability. I'm not denying Kofi's wrestling ability or, his, people are going to bring race in this, whatever, I don't care. It's not about race or anything like that. It's never been about race. It's basically an opinion here that I just don't consider Kofi Kingston a WWE champion. I don't. This coming from the guy who loves Finn Balor.
And here's the other thing, of course, like you mentioned before, this isn't about race. Folks, heel Balor is also black.
That's right, I'm black. Believe it or not, I am black.
Yeah.
So, honestly, this is not about race. Otherwise,
it's never been about race. We talked about this.
Yeah, we always
we talked about this before WrestleMania.
We accept all types of race, religion, you name it.
Gender, we accept it all. Because we're accepting people.
Hell, look at the Losers Lounge podcast.
Like in this case...
Look at the Losers Lounge podcast. We have someone who's black, we have a couple who are white, and we have me, who's Native American.
Yeah, we got Kelsey, who's freaking mix of white and black. So it's all racist.
Look at
genders,
that. And we all, and even here's the thing: what if the Losers Lounge had members from all around the whole damn world? We'd accept that.
We would, because we accept everybody.
Yeah. So this all goes to the fact. So go ahead, Heel Bella, continue what you're saying about Kofi.
I was gonna say, people are gonna bring gender. People are gonna bring race into this because it considers a black person, and they're gonna, assume that if they take the WWE title off Kofi, it's racist, crap like that. No, I just don't think Kofi Kingston's title run has been good. Kevin Owens, in my opinion, is the most excellent heel. And by the way, I saw the heels were coming from miles away. And I did think in my heart that it was supposed to be Daniel Bryan. This was supposed to be Daniel Bryan. But he got hurt, so they had to fast track Kevin Owens. And, of course, Sami Zayn's in the fold now. And he's in a ladder match, of course, which I think will come into play down the line if they actually do this and they actually have Kevin win the match. But, by the way, who do I think is winning? To be honest, it could go either way. After what we saw this past week on SmackDown, Kofi standing tall. What's the thing about Seth Rollins and he stood tall beating Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania? But I think that was supposed to happen anyways, and just get the title of Brock and all that kind of stuff. With this, I don't see Kofi winning. I hope he does win. I want him to win, but I want Kevin Owens to win more. I think Kevin Owens is owed this. I think Kevin Owens will bring something to the main roster as WWE champion that we've never seen before. I think Kevin Owens is going to bring Kevin Steen into the fold. This is just violent heel. This is just violent heel. And also, I could see, no one's talked about this, Xavier Woods. We could see Xavier Woods cost Kofi Kingston the WWE Championship. Or we could see the return of Big E cost Kofi the WWE title out of jealousy. Or Xavier cost him out of jealousy. Nobody touched upon that. I got Kevin Owens winning, not because I want him to win, but I do want him to win. I just don't think Kofi Kingston's run has been that good. I know people are going to say, he's only held it for 4 weeks. Give him a chance. I gave him a chance.
Actually, by now, it
really didn't work out for me.
By this upcoming Sunday, it will have been 6 weeks.
6 weeks. So, thank you, Christian. Just say, it really hasn't done anything for me. I mean, it's just been the same thing. I want my WWE champion to be taken seriously. And people are probably going to say, this is just you now backing out because now, it's going back to what I said earlier in the beginning of the show, that you get what you want, you turn against it. No, I'm not turning against this. I'm just basically saying that Kevin Owens is going to be a better WWE champ. I don't know that for sure if he wins. But Kevin Owens, I guess it's kind of the look or whatever. Maybe his promos are better, or maybe it's because he's more serious. I mean, Kofi Kingston to me doesn't bring seriousness. And also, he's a B-plus player. A B-plus player is WWE champion. Daniel Bryan was right. Yeah, and Nick Carter.
That is true, yeah.
So I got Kevin Owens winning.
So even
Kevin Owens taking the WWE title.
I will say this, though.
Mm-hmm.
At times, though, Kofi Kingston does get a bit serious.
Yes,
of course,
I do see that.
Actual fighting and stuff. But, with the whole pancake stuff, It's
that's the thing I don't like.
Like you said, I understand this whole game. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly fine. But it's kind of die down a little bit. You are the champion, but just kind of be a little bit more serious. have like this attitude, like, you know, I'm gonna be here every week. This title means a lot to me, you know, something. You know, just mention something about the title.
Yeah. I also find it disrespectful that he's gyrating with the championship. I mean, that's just no.
Yeah.
It's just awkward to me. I know Dolph Ziggler shake his freaking rear end with the World Heavyweight Championship, but that title's dead. But you know what I mean, I just don't like seeing a WWE Championship title or belt. I like the word belt being, you know, treated like that. You treat it with respect. And I understand Kofi's probably doing that. And this is not me and this is me not turning on Kofi Kingston. This is just me saying that it's time for a change. And Kevin Owens might be that change, and I hope he wins. Kevin Owens will end to become the new WWE champion.
Man, tears, man. Happy tears.
There you go.
This was honestly one of my favorite matches we've ever discussed now on this podcast. Because we give out a mix of respect, honor, and at the same time, honesty when it comes to our opinions. I was
showing respect during all that. You know, I wasn't bringing down Kofi, so
of course not.
Just to let y'all know, show how much respect for Kofi. I met the guy, for God's sakes. He's cool.
This makes me look forward to the match even more now.
Definitely,
and that's why we do this, folks, because we get ourselves hyped up as well as getting the fans hyped up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go on to our next match. The next match is for the Universal Championship: Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles.
Oh,
I'm excited.
Yeah, Yo Bella, how about this? I'll start with you.
Okay. I mean, the build-up's been okay. I mean, all it's been is basically just back and banter. AJ put Seth through the table a few weeks ago. You know, got a little run in last week in a tag team match. You know, of course, Styles won a series of matches to earn this championship shot. And in the end, don't put your hopes up for this match. Just like you all probably did with Nakamura. I kind of did myself a little bit. Nakamura and Styles last year. But I remember this is WWE. And this is also a roster. So I'm not going to put, you know, saying this is going to be like a 5-star match instantly because it's going to be Styles and Rollins in there. Because they can go. They can go. You know, but Styles is a little bit older, you know. Oh, to each his own. I do think they'll put on a fun match. AJ is kind of teasing a heel turn. And Rollins wants to curb stomp his face in. And also, I think this has to be a factor, and I don't think anyone's talking about this, that AEW is coming up. And I think this is WWE's counter for AEW, Double or Nothing. And this is WWE like, hey, you know, you're doing something that we don't like. Hey, we'll give you something that you don't like or whatever. You know, we'll try to double you up, basically, no pun intended, double you up with this match. Matt has to do what they've been saying. I mean, I'm going to copy off them. You know, I think that's what WWE is doing with this, is that they're basically just thinking a little bit bigger, I guess, and putting this match on now when it could have been a match saved for SummerSlam or WrestleMania. Because that's what I thought they were going to do. Save this match for WrestleMania or SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Because realistically, this match is SummerSlam worthy.
Yeah,
they might drag it out.
I would love to see this match take place at at SummerSlam. But then again, let's not forget that it did work out when it came to AJ Styles taking on John Cena.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
That all started at Money in the Bank, actually.
Yeah,
the first match at Money in the Bank.
First match,
and they carried on to SummerSlam, and it still worked.
Yeah, even to the Royal Rumble.
Into the Royal Rumble. Stop at the Royal Rumble. Yeah. That feud was awesome and delivered.
If done, actually, that goes back to our old saying: if done properly.
That's what Nakamura and Styles didn't do.
We should honestly use that as our that should be one of our new catchphrases.
Their third final match.
Third match was
or maybe it was fourth. Maybe that 4. I'm not sure. But their last match was a last man standing match at last year's Money in the Bank, and that was good.
Yes,
that was the best match out of that.
That was fun match.
Yeah, that was good. That was
really good.
Really was. I mean, you just don't want to put your expectations into a match like this, especially when it comes to WWE and how they carry matches and stuff like that. I'm just looking back how they treated Nakamura and Styles, because I was hyped, but at the same time I was like, this is not New Japan, this is not Progress, this is not other wrestling company, this is WWE. This is even NXT. And NXT, WWE, same thing. So basically, I'm not going to put my expectations up to an all-time high with this match. Anyways, going into the match, I really am excited to see what they do. And in the end, I don't see a decisive winner, to be honest. I don't. You know why?
That's the other good thing.
I think we're getting interference.
Yep.
I think we're getting
know what I'm
interference.
thinking? You know what I'm thinking?
What you got?
Do I have to say it?
Yeah.
I got 2 picks. Go ahead. I got 2
Well,
picks.
obviously, if anybody knows mine, it's near. Dun,
Brock
dun,
Lesnar.
dun, 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 dun. Yep.
Brock Lesnar.
Yep. Heck, we freaking saw that Hell in a Cell. I was there live at that pay-per-view. And
That
we saw
still shocked
Brock
the
Lesnar
crap out of me.
Freaking break the door of the Hell in a Cell and, like, just F5 both Roman and Braun. And, like, there was no winner. I hope to God that doesn't happen, but I can see it happening.
I can see it.
Ain't it funny that at the time, like, I remember when that took place, there was chaos going on inside the ring, chaos outside the ring, and chaos on top of the cell.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that was all before Brock Lesnar showed up, so that just made it even better.
Brock kicked in the freaking door, and I marked out. I was like, damn, this guy's strong. He delivered some vicious shots to Reigns and Strowman.
It was
violent
crazy.
shots.
It was
Oh,
crazy.
yeah, it was scary.
That pay-per-view was good, but, you know, if... well, actually, no, they did not show that the ending of the crowd reaction, but because they cut off...
No, they didn't. I remember they kept
there.
to black very early.
And people were very pissed off.
Yeah.
So, of course, if they do have this match at the very end, and Brock Lesnar does come out, then yeah, I could see people being upset. Which I don't really think that they would do that again, but you never know.
I don't see this match going last. I don't. I'll get to that when we get to the end. I'm saying I don't see this match going last.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be one of the Money in the Bank matches.
The men need the main event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The women, no. I'm sorry, no. Y'all main event of WrestleMania, so no.
Yeah. Let's go.
We're going
what else do
sexist
I
now.
got?
No.
For my case, when it comes to this match, like Willie said, I'm not getting my expectations up for this to be like a 5-star classic, as he quotes it. The only thing I'm going to ask for is that it's a good match. That's all I ask for.
Same
If it's a good match, then it's a win to me. If there's no decisive winner, I think one of the reasons could be like when Bryan said Brock Lesnar could show up.
I didn't give my how the match is going to end with my 2 predictions. Brock Lesnar, but I also see in the club Gallows and Anderson because we have not seen them since their last match, I guess. Who was they against?
I think it was supposed to be the Revival.
Okay, I was going to say, I could see Lesnar interfering and attacking both guys, laying them both out to end the show. Or I could see, the club coming out and then them interfering and then Styles turns heel afterwards. I think Styles is going heel either way. You can't turn Rollins. Rollins is the hottest individual on Raw right now. In WWE.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be stupid for them to turn him heel. So AJ is going heel. Someone needs to go heel for this feud and make it personal. And with Brock interfering, if he does interfere, that can lead like a triple threat at Super Showdown. Can we just call it Sands of Time? It's so confusing.
Sadly, it's the Super Showdown, huh?
How about just not call it Shits of Time?
Shits of Time. But I could see Lesnar interfering in the match, and that could set up Rollins and Lesnar and Styles, because Styles will get screwed. Yeah. And you could set that match up for like the next pay-per-view. Yeah. Or you do the club interfering. Yep. So either way, I see no winner happening. And no one's cashing in. That's going to go with something else I have down the line, which I already said earlier with the women.
All right. Well, Mike, how will you give your thoughts on your
continue, Christian.
Man, okay. I really love Will's prediction there with Brock Lesnar showing up. I really didn't think about that till now. I mean, this match, I really don't know where the direction's going. I mean, you really have not Lesnar. I'm sorry. You really see Styles really, like Will said earlier, and Ryan mentioned it too. Teasing the heel turn and stuff like that. I noticed within Styles' promos too. It's like talking about, like basically like the conversation, the engagement that both men have had within each other. You notice that Styles has more of the heel feel than Seth Rollins does. It's not really, WWE wants to make it look like it's a babyface versus a babyface, which in reality it is. Like, they really don't want you to know that one of those people are going to be turning heel at the end, which I agree with. I think that Styles is going to be the one that's going to be turning heel. Maybe the club gets involved with this match. I really don't see Lesnar coming. I mean, now with Super Showdown coming down and, in Saudi Arabia, since they love going over there.
Well, they have no choice, so.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's, oh, man. Like, my head's in a swivel here. So, can I say, like, 2 scenarios as my predictions, or do I have to say, like, one?
Say whatever you want.
Up to
All
you,
right,
man.
cool. So, here's my 2 scenarios. So, my scenarios are that one scenario would be Rollins retains and then Lesnar shows up, F5's Rollins, and then we get a match with Rollins and Lesnar for the Universal Championship at Super Showdown for a WrestleMania rematch. My other prediction would be that Will's prediction, which is Lesnar shows up or somebody shows up. I don't know who. Maybe it's the club and just ruins it all. But we see someone ruin the match. No man is able to compete.
Ambrose shows up for all we know. I'm sorry, John Moxley.
Moxley, yeah. Let John Moxley show up. Or Bray Wyatt. I'm just kidding. No. Actually, no. Wait. I think I just ruined one of my predictions. You may not know, but basically somebody interrupts the match. Both men are unable to compete, and that. So my prediction, basically, if I have to decide a winner, I'm going to say Rollins retains because, again, I don't really see AJ Styles winning this early of the Universal title because I think they're saving it for Lesnar to face Lesnar, then maybe in the later line. But other than that, I think Rollins wins. And if not, both men are unable to compete. So that's my 2 predictions for there. However, what I said about Bray Wyatt earlier, I'm keeping that for my later predictions, so just stay tuned for that.
All right, yeah, no problem.
Okay.
I will say for my case, because for my case, like the mention before, people interfering, matching in a no contest, I think that would be good because if there's no decisive winner between Seth Rollins and AJ Styles, and if Seth has to deal with Brock Lesnar at Super Showdown, hopefully, Seth would retain again. But also, this could actually mean we could carry out this and have Seth take on AJ at SummerSlam with a decisive winner.
You could do that.
Yeah, like here's the thing: if we're gonna play this out, should play this out properly. So like for the stomping grounds and then later Extreme Rules, have Seth face somebody else or something. Have Seth deal with somebody else for a while.
Okay.
Give him to Corbin. Do Corbin and Seth.
Honestly, here's the thing. As much as people don't like Baron Corbin, I like Baron Corbin, and I'd like to see him in that title picture.
See?
Because here's the thing.
think it'll work out.
Baron Corbin is one of the most hated wrestlers, and a lot of people are making their excuses saying it's go away heat. I'm like, potato.
Yeah.
So, guess what? You're supposed to want this guy out of here. And a lot of people are like, well, we don't like him. It's not because of his talent as a heel. He has no talent. I'm like, you're supposed to act like that toward the heels. If a heel's being cheered, there's something wrong. But anyways, back to this. I believe, the match is going to end in either no contest, double count out, double disqualification, or whatever, where Seth Rollins retains the title. That's pretty much all I got to say about this, but the one thing I'm just hoping for is it's at least a good match before all that happens. That's all we ask for. And and here's the other thing, folks. No, if interference happened and caused the match ending in a no contest, that doesn't mean that the match is ruined. The entire thing that build up to it is ruined. That doesn't mean anything like that at all. The quality is still there. But that's about it for that. Did everybody give the predictions?
Huh?
Did everybody give their predictions for that match?
Yeah.
Ryan, did you?
No,
Bryan didn't.
No, sir.
Did you?
Yeah, so I'll get my predictions. So, I think a lot of people were probably expecting this match to happen like at SummerSlam or shoot even next year's WrestleMania. But I'm okay with it being at Money in the Bank because honestly, Money in the Bank is technically like a top 5, let's just say top 5 pay-per-view. Like, even though there's technically top 4, but like they say technically Money in the Bank's top 5, so count whatever. But anyway, I'm excited for this match, but like I said, like Willie said, I won't really get my hopes up too high because you never know how the match can turn out. It can turn out to be very good, or it could turn out to be very poor. But with AJ Styles, looking at his previous Money in the Bank matches that he's had the past 3 years, they've all been pretty good. Seth Rollins, probably the same as well. So now this whole story, it's been, I don't know. I really don't know how it's been kind of okay-ish. Like, not the greatest, but it's okay-ish. But yeah, you got a lot of promos and stuff in there. And of course, there's that one cool spot where Styles hit the phenomenal forearm, put Rollins through at the table. And, I do kind of think that AJ is turning heel. He's kind of showed signs of it the past couple of weeks. So I could kind of definitely see AJ turning heel. But, vice versa, you could do anybody heel. I mean, Rollins, he's a fantastic heel. But I think it just makes absolute more sense for AJ to be a heel. But, yeah. So, and also another reason why I am happy for this match taking place at Money in the Bank is because AJ is getting a little bit older. And, it's probably, we could probably wait till WrestleMania, but, it's probably safe to just do it now. But, yeah. For my pick, I really think that there is going to be some type of interference. I don't really know, but I'm going to keep it kind of, I'm going to say Rollins wins clean.
Okay.
Rollins wins clean,
All right.
but I think AJ Styles, like, they're going to shake hands at first, and AJ's going to congratulate him, going to give him the belt and everything. Then all of a sudden, AJ either like low blows him or hits the belt or something like that. I think that's how it's going to go. I don't necessarily see interference, but I think AJ is going to turn heel after the match. Rollins defeats AJ Styles. AJ Styles turns heel after the match. That's how I think is going to happen.
All right.
Okay.
That's my prediction.
That's not bad. I like that very much.
Yeah.
All right, folks. It's time to talk about the Money in the Bank ladder matches. Let's start off with the women's. The women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
Wait. Hold up. But first, we got to play the theme. Money.
Money.
Okay, honestly,
I can't sing. So
Shane McMahon's theme reminds me of Money in the Bank.
I like the theme song for the first ever Money in the Bank pay-per-view, the one by Imagine Dragons. Money makes the world go round and around.
Around and around, around and around. I love that song.
Oh, yeah.
I like that band.
Isn't Donald Trump's theme something similar to that?
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
the Money Bank.
That is Donald
The
Trump's theme
freaking
song.
president had that song. It's crazy.
The hashtag
And
billion
people are
dollar.
not political.
The hashtag $1 billion loser.
Yes.
And
Who
no,
is our president?
and no, we're not talking about Vince
Here in the
McMahon.
States.
And no, we're not talking about Vince McMahon.
Huh.
All right, let's actually get back to this, though. The women's Money in the Bank ladder match. We have Natalya, Dana Brooke, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Mandy Rose, Carmella, and Ember Moon. So how about this? We're going to start things off with Mike.
Oh, wow. Okay. I was actually expecting to go first, but okay, let's go. All right. I'm really disappointed in this women's Money in the Bank ladder match. I really don't like it. There's not really a lot of key factors in this. I mean, the really big star you have in there is Bayley. You have also Alexa Bliss, who's coming in as the last Money in the Bank, women's Money in the Bank winner, the second ever women's Money in the Bank.
We got both previous winners. We got both previous winners in this match. We got Alexa Bliss
Carmella,
and
that's right.
Yeah, the 2-time winner Carmella. Yes, I said 2-time winner.
Yes. I mean, obviously, like I've seen on SmackDown as well, Carmella has shown signs of her being a heel again and having those heelistic tactics that she had when she first won Money in the Bank. So, which is why I'm thinking they're doing that with her character because, she is entering her second Money in the Bank ladder match, being the first winner of it. Man, I don't know if my losers agree, but like this match is very disappointing. I mean, it's very, it
should go
like
first.
Honestly, guys, like I really don't have a prediction. I mean, but if I had to choose one, I think you guys see my tweet about it a long time back. But I think Alexa Bliss is going to be the first woman to win back-to-back 2-time.
Carmella won back-to-back. Carmella won back-to-back.
I'm just saying back-to-back years. I'm not saying back-to-back because Carmella won Money in the Bank the first time, and then she won it on SmackDown 2 times. I'm just saying back-to-back years. I'm not saying back-to-back.
I get
back-to-back.
what
I'm
you're
just
saying.
saying back-to-back.
That reminds me. I also wanted to bring something else up really quickly.
Yeah, go ahead.
When it comes to predicting the Money in the Bank ladder matches, since there's 8 participants, we can choose up to 3 predictions.
Okay, that's what I was going to go to. So you said 3. Okay. I think I would say Alexa Bliss. I would say Bailey because that would be an interesting Money in the Bank winner, and then Carmella for the win. So there you go, folks. Alexa Bliss, Carmella, and Bailey for my picks.
Wow, you chose 2 previous winners. That's interesting. All right, cool. Ryan, your thoughts on the Money in the Bank ladder match and your 3 predictions?
Christian, we said this once before this year. Came from our Elimination Chamber predictions. But for this match, I really don't know. I think this matchup is really probably I would say this, the most unpredictable match of the night. I will say that much. But there's a lot of great talent for this match. And my 3 winners, my 3 picks that I'm going to choose. First one is Alexa Bliss. The second one I'm going to go for is Bailey. Now, even though despite that I do not want to see Alexa Bliss win the Money in the Bank contract, second time in a row, I can definitely see it happening. Alexa Bliss, Bailey, and thirdly, I am going to go with Mandy Rose.
All right. Not bad predictions. I like that.
Okay.
For my case.
And by the way, remember last year when we had that big old rant?
Oh, yeah.
Money in the Bank review?
I remember that.
Yep.
I believe Heel Balor
Those were good times.
Heel Balor went on a rant about
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss being overpushed more than Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Yes.
And at the time, he said that WWE had a hatred for the Irish. Because, Becky was also in that match. Becky Lynch was in the match. But now look where Becky is now.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy. Even Finn Balor's on top as a champion. Yeah, it's a lot of the Irish. But
it just really goes to show you anything can happen in a year.
Oh, yeah. For my case, I'm going to go next here. I am saying, I don't like the Money in the Bank, and at the same time, I kind of do like this match. Because, for one thing, the positive is it's unpredictable. The negative is, well, I don't know, I see a little too much blonde in this.
Yeah, that's goofy.
Ha! That's the double R's goofy moment of the podcast.
You're welcome, fellas.
But when it comes to my three picks, Alexa Bliss, Mandy Rose, Ember Moon. Because how cool would it be if Ember Moon finally got it?
I will be so.
I would
freaking
mark
happy.
out, bro, for real.
I'll be freaking happy. And no, it's not because she's from Dallas.
No, it's because she is an amazing talent and honestly deserves better, as we quote it.
I think I will say Ember Moon is a dark horse to win.
All right, and finally, heel Balor.
Okay, let's get into this topic at hand. My picks.
Okay, go ahead.
We have number 1, Mandy Rose.
Oh,
I'm gonna do 4 picks. Screw it.
Okay, go ahead.
Number 1, Mandy Rose.
okay.
Number 2, Alexa Bliss. 3, Ember Moon. 4, Bailey.
All right.
Okay.
Mandy Rose, I think WWE has a eye on her. I think that she's been built up strong. Well, she's been, I guess, built up strong to be a liable contender. She's my first pick because of that. Alexa Bliss, we all know the reason why Alexa Bliss is probably my other pick. Last year's winner, she could become the second back-to-back winner. Twin years. Ember Moon, I think it's her time, and she deserves it. She really hasn't done anything, and she's only lost to freaking Shayna Baszler. Sarah Logan. I almost forgot the woman's name. Sarah Logan, her first main roster loss, and that really still irks me to this day. And Bailey, I think having Bailey win would give her a rocket boost to the top, in my opinion. And I think she'd do pretty good as a Money in the Bank holder. And we can see where that goes. And as the other competitors, I don't see any of them winning. I think the biggest one there is Dana Botch, who I have lots of freaking
that's harsh.
dislike for. Dana Botch. Okay, Dana Brooke. I don't like Dana Brooke. She's garbage. She's garbage. She's trash. Come and attack me in the comments below. That's what I'm here for, folks. I don't think that she's an interesting talent. Now, I do think, hear me out, if she had the right, I guess, in-ring ability and work, she could be a great wrestler. I just don't like Dana Brooke. I don't.
That's okay.
Who else is in the freaking match?
Natalia, Naomi,
nah, don't see it. Naomi, no.
Carmella,
I'm going with Carmella, no. Don't see it happening.
Is anybody going to do a
could
dance?
happen.
Hey, anybody going to do a dance break at the Money in the Bank?
No.
Exactly. That's done
those,
for.
those are old. Those are old. The last one was at excuse me, the last one was at WrestleMania.
Thank God.
We don't need any more. We don't need any more. My pick is Mandy Rose to win.
All right, then.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
time for our last prediction: the men's Money in the Bank ladder match.
Which I think will be the main event, in my opinion.
This without a doubt has a lot of favorites too.
A lot, and I have a few.
Like, here's the thing. Let's list who's all here. Sami Zayn, who replaced Braun Strowman, which I think was a good
That's
thing.
going to be a factor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sami Zayn, Ricochet, Drew
King of
McIntyre,
Flight.
Baron
Yes.
Corbin, Ali,
Yeah.
Finn Balor, Andrade, and Randy Orton.
Woo!
Holy crap.
That's a good list right there.
That
How
is
many
a
times? 6 or
stack.
7?
That's
7,
8.
right?
8.
8? Okay.
Like,
8 for the men,
Wow.
8 for the women.
we have previous Money in the Bank
I
winner.
like it,
We have
though. I like
previous
it.
Money in
More
the Bank.
opportunity.
Okay, hold on a second. We have previous Money in the Bank winners, Randy Orton and Baron Corbin in this match. Everybody else has never won it. This is the
Nope.
first Money in the Bank ladder match for. Is it the first for Andrade? I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. First for
Yes.
Andrade.
It's the first for Andrade, Ali,
First for Ali. First
McIntyre.
for no, McIntyre's been in
McIntyre.
ladder matches.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
he's been in there.
First for
Ricochet.
Ricochet. And I believe first for Sami Zayn. Has Sami Zayn been in Money in the
No,
Bank?
Sammy's
he's
been in one.
He was in the
Sammy's been in
2016
one.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, 2010,
So for-
2017.
So Ricochet, Ali, and Andrade, it's their first. And is it first for Finn Balor, or has he previously been in
No, he was in
Yeah,
last
he was
year.
in there
Remember?
last year.
Okay.
He was in last year. Remember?
And Drew McIntyre has been in previous Money in the Bank as well.
Mm-hmm.
Baron Corbin has actually won it, and Randy Orton's
And
actually
failed.
won it.
He succeeded at SummerSlam in 2013 on Daniel Bryan.
Here's the thing.
Yay.
This is actually one of the occasions, once again, where we're looking at the list and we're like, holy shit, we don't know who to choose.
Yeah.
So,
I know who to choose. I know who to choose.
So do I.
but at the same time, it's going to be hard to predict it's easy to say who we want to win, but it's hard to predict who we believe is going to win.
They could shock us all. Like they could have Andrade win. They could have Ali win. They could have Balor win.
They could have Baron Corbin win
the
again.
bank and then
They could have Baron Corbin win and actually succeed this time.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I wouldn't mind that either. I mean, if you want to build up Baron top heel and everything, you got to build him up in a certain way.
Because nobody has been picked. Nobody that I've seen. Nobody has talked about Baron Corbin winning Money in the Bank. Keep it back in mind, folks.
Let's see. Heel Balor, how about you go first? What are your thoughts on this?
Okay.
And who are your 3 picks?
Hey, well, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? If you want
You
to
go first, Double R. I got a few things to say about this match.
Okay.
So
Since
you don't send me for
your boy
last,
Finn Balor was in the match, that's the reason why.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Restaurant.
Oh, okay. I think I love the list of these competitors. And like you said, Christian, what I like about this is that it's unpredictable. Like, we don't know who could possibly win. And WWE can pull a surprise, like anybody. That's what's so great about these Money in the Bank ladder matches. And, the past, we've seen it change careers. We've seen it change superstars' career. You got Andrade.
Cien
take
Almas.
example. Cien Almas. Yes. Take a look, for example, at, I know, of course, Man Ross has nothing to do with NXT, but look at his match with Drew McIntyre back at War Games. Nobody saw that coming.
Not even me. Like, I was shocked.
He could win Money in the Bank. Heck, honestly, Baron Corbin could become 2-time Money in the Bank winner. Finn Balor could win Money in the Bank contract and have the Intercontinental title with them.
Yes.
Oh,
It
yeah.
happened fast on the freaking same night.
Ricochet could. Heck, even the referee could win it. No, I'm just kidding. Even the referee could grab it for all we know.
Dang, Earl Hebner coming back?
Anyway. But yeah, it's such a good list. And last year was really
That's gonna
good.
be Charles Robinson. What are you talking about?
Little Nate. Woo!
Yeah.
You got the cash
Little
in.
Nate.
2017 was pretty good. I would say probably 2016 has really been my most favorite out of recent. I think the build up to that one was really so good. But yeah, that's what's just so great about the Money in the Bank ladder matches. I really love the build up to them and everything. And I really hope that this year we finally get a successful cash in after 2 years of failing with Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman. Don't get me started on that stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, and you said we could pick 3, right?
Yep.
Okay, 3. Okay. So, who I really, really want to win this Money in the Bank ladder match, who I think really, really needs it, is Drew McIntyre.
Yes.
Thank
I think
you.
for a while he's
Yes.
fallen off a bit, but if he wins this, if he wins it, it would really help him because he really needs it bad. He's been he lost at WrestleMania, but he's been with this whole, Bobby Lashley and Baron Corbin crap. And I think it's time he moves away from that. So I think WWE needs to put the briefcase with Drew McIntyre. He needs that monster heelish push. And he needs that with the Money in the Bank contract. I think this is a way to kind of get Drew McIntyre back on that routine. So I really think Drew McIntyre really needs it the most. But second, I'm going to go with Andrade. I think Andrade would be a really good one for the SmackDown side. And my third, I would probably have to go with Sami Zayn. I think Sami Zayn, he's been
working so hard.
He's worked so hard, and yet he has not won a single WWE title on the main roster, which is pretty sad to me, in my opinion.
All right.
That's just it's heartbreaking, man. It's heartbreaking.
Really
but
is,
anyway, yeah. So I think Sami Zayn would be a very good Money in the Bank contract holder. But for some reason, I don't know why, but I get this feeling that Strowman's going to come out and like attack Zayn. Like, I don't know why, but I just get that feeling. But yeah, so McIntyre is my first, Andrade is my second, and Sami Zayn is my third. But without doubt, I'm super excited for this match. I can't wait for it. But whoever wins, I'll be happy for him because it's going to be awesome nonetheless.
Oh, hell yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
For my case, I'm excited for this, mainly because, for one thing, I just love the Money in the Bank ladder match in general. And especially since we have an amazing list of wrestlers for this year's men's Money in the Bank ladder match, making things once again extremely unpredictable. Anything could happen. It's exciting. Where we'd be fine, we'd be fine with a lot of these guys, actually almost everybody winning.
Yeah.
See, if Sami Zayn wins, we're excited. If Ricochet wins, we're excited to see where this is going to go. If Drew wins, we're going to mark out. If Baron Corbin wins, well, we might going to boo, but we're actually interested.
I'm going to be happy.
I'll be here.
If Mustafa Ali, actually, just Ali, sorry. I keep saying Mustafa Ali. I'm so sorry. If Ali wins, that would also be very cool. If Finn Balor wins, whoa. If Andrade wins, awesome. Yes. Even if Randy Orton wins, okay, that's probably the lowest one, but at the same time, we'd be like, okay, that's okay. But just goes to show, we'd be fine with almost everybody here.
They might shock us. I'm not even gonna they legit might shock us with something. I don't know. I really am excited about. I don't know. I'm expecting something interesting. And somebody we're not expecting to win.
You guys my thing.
Yeah.
Right now.
Who's ready?
Have me go next.
Yeah.
Who's ready? Go last.
All right. Who's ready?
Yeah. Go, Willie. I want to give you guys my. Oh.
All right.
Just
all right.
Go ahead.
I'll be really quick. Who's ready to hear my 3 picks?
Me. All right, go ahead.
I am.
Number 1, Drew McIntyre.
Woo. Yes.
Number 2.
Bless that soul.
Number 2, Andrade.
Bless that soul again.
And number 3, Baron Corbin.
Forget that soul.
That is my 3 picks for this. All right, Heel Balor, your move.
There's so much star power in this match. In my opinion, this is probably the best lineup of Money in the Bank since 2016, in my opinion, because that one pretty much had lots of star power in that one. And the winner, of course, my boy Dean Ambrose, which, by the way, that was my favorite Money in the Bank pay-per-view ever.
Right on.
Like, that, to me, man, that was so freaking awesome. Him beating Rollins for the WWE title, man, I marked that so hard. But anyways, onto this pay-per-view, man, there's so much star power, man. Ricochet, Corbin, McIntyre, Zayn, Almas, Orton, my boy Balor, and which, by the way, I don't know why Balor's in this match, and Ali, Mustafa Ali, yeah. But, there's so much star power in this match, man, and holy crap, like, I am so excited. I legit hope they main event. These guys deserve it. These guys legit deserve to main event. And, like, with this match, man, I really am excited. As for my list, once again, I'm going to go with 4. Number 1, McIntyre.
Bless your heart.
Ryan said it best. I think Double R said it best. He deserves it. He needs it. Like, he needs it. For real. He needs it. Like, I mean, serious here. He legit needs it. I mean, he hasn't really done anything. I mean, you can kind of thank Brock Lesnar because he was holding to the Universal Championship. And I think if they didn't have Brock as Universal Champion, I mean, Drew McIntyre would be on top of the world. And I think that's going to come into play with what's going to happen in the Universal Championship match down the line. My second pick is Almas. My second pick is Andrade because, to be honest, legit, I want him to win. He's my all-time favorite there, Andrade. And I think that he would do fantastic as a Money in the Bank winner. I think he'll be a fantastic holder of the Money in the Bank contract, and him as the next WWE champion will be freaking incredible. Because they want that Latino that Latina heritage to continue, with the WWE title. And I think Andrade is that good pick. And people freaking compare Andrade, for whatever reason, people compare Andrade to Alberto Del Rio. I don't know why. I don't know where you see that comparison of Andrade and Alberto Del Rio. Don't even get me started. My third pick is Corbin. Corbin's my third pick mainly because I think that he gets so much heat for it. And to be honest, I don't think anyone's expecting it. I think it'd be a good pick to have Corbin win. And it'll also, counter back what happened 2 years ago when he failed against Jinder Mahal.
Yep.
And he should have freaking won the WWE title. But, those are my three picks. As for the others, Zayn, I don't see winning because I think Strowman's interfering to cost Zayn the match. Ricochet, I don't see him winning either. He's going to hit 630, though. Orton, nah. Orton's not winning. He's going to hit a few RKOs. Balor, why is Balor in this match? Why is my boy in this match not defending his freaking title? Why? That's my main thing. Why
2 belts, man. Finn 2 belts.
If Finn wins, I swear to freaking God, I'm going to freaking cry and mark out so hard if he wins. But I don't see it. Balor should be defending his freaking title, not in a ladder match. Not in this match. This match Balor should have been defending the title against Ali, in my opinion. Him being a Money in the Bank match, whatever. It's happening. I'm so happy at least is on the card. And those are my 3 picks. McIntyre, Corbin, and Andrade.
Awesome.
Can't wait.
And finally, Mike.
Oh, okay. So let me start off with this. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder where you are. Mr. Bray Wyatt, who just got reconstructed, reformed, redesigned, is going to be involved in this match.
Ooh.
And if you notice from his promos, he unleashes this monster, right? We've all seen the Firefly Funhouse, or whatever it's called. We saw the recent episode. We saw the spoilers. We saw every single thing that was revealed when Bray Wyatt said that he had a secret to show us. And he showed us that secret with the clown mask. I don't know what he was wearing, but it was some sort of Bray Wyatt outfit and some blonde hair. And we saw him say, "Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are." And what I think what he was referring to was a demon, because he released his demon within that new character.
I don't like where this is going.
So I'm sorry, Will. So what my prediction is Mr. Bray Wyatt gets involved in this match. Sorry, Will, but he will cost Finn Balor the Money in the Bank ladder match, and he will challenge Finn Balor at a match for probably the Intercontinental Championship or not. All depends. But what I see happening is that that character that Bray Wyatt introduced, not that crappy Sister Abigail face paint gimmick that he tried to do and it never worked. And then I see
You're
that
right.
happen.
You're right, because they have unfinished business.
Yeah, I see that match happening against the Demon, and that goes on from there. So I'm sorry, Will, but I see him getting involved.
Bray Wyatt being the first to beat the Demon, that freaking hurts. But, yeah.
Anyway, so let's keep going. So how many picks do I get? 3 or 4?
3 or 4, up to you.
I did 4. That was just me.
So my first pick, you guys are going to be mad at me, but my first pick is Andrade. And the reason why I say Andrade...
Yes,
we're not going to be mad at you.
Here's the reason why I say Andrade. You guys forget that he's with Selena Vega. So what I see happening is that, chaos is happening. People are getting put through ladders. People are all over the place. Everybody is down, except for one person who comes, either she's already at ringside or she just comes from backstage. Here comes Selena Vega coming out of nowhere, assisting Andrade to the top, or she grabs the briefcase herself and gives it to Andrade, just like how James Ellsworth did to Carmella.
That is true. Yeah, that is a possibility. But we all know what happened when that took place.
Right. My second pick, he is known as the Scottish psychopath. He is known as the chosen one. He is known as what I consider a beast of a man. You think that Brock Lesnar is a beast? Forget that. This man is a literal monster. He's jacked. He's in phenomenal shape. He is in the best run of his career. I'm talking about Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre needs that run. He needs that opportunity to cash in on what I assume is going to be the Universal Championship, because the WWE Championship, I mean, I could see it happening with the WWE Championship, but I really see it more with the Universal title. But Drew McIntyre deserves that chance. He deserves to make an impact. He deserves to be world champion. Now, my third pick is going to surprise everybody, because a lot of people are not going to agree with me on this. And I think Will kind of teased about it earlier about, oh, he's not going to win. But I honestly think, and again, people are going to be mad at me about this. So for all my LLP fam, I'm sorry to say this. But Sami Zayn will overcome the odds. He will either get an assist from Kevin Owens, who just won the WWE World Championship, and he will win that Money in the Bank briefcase. And then my final pick is going to be Randy Orton. That's
it.
Okay.
Huh. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude our predictions on the Money in the Bank event. And wow, this is an exciting card. We've been talking about this for 2.5 hours.
Oh my God. But hey, that's not as legendary as your 9-hour episode, I believe.
That was 6 hours, but
Oh, okay. Sorry. It's the wrong number backwards.
I still can't believe we actually went to 6 hours that one time.
You do realize we're going to have to beat that record next year, right?
Well, not really.
6 to 9,
Yeah,
guys.
again.
6 to 9.
Hell, that one moment when our podcast was longer than the main show of WrestleMania.
Ooh.
Wow.
It was crazy. But, ladies and gentlemen, that was our predictions to Money in the Bank coming up this Sunday. Hope everybody's excited for it. Next week's edition, we are going to be reviewing Money in the Bank, and then on that same episode, we're going to be giving our predictions to All Elite Wrestling's Double or Nothing. And
By the way, folks, has a new home on TNT. It was announced today. Well, as Wednesday, as you guys are hearing this. So TNT, all Elite Wrestling. So awesome! Congratulations to them.
that's going to be awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to conclude. Once again, we're going to say, SockMonkeyMike, thanks for being our guest on here.
Yeah,
Thank
true.
you
It
for
was
being
true.
on here.
Yeah,
It was truly amazing to be on here. I appreciate the LLP fam for having me on here once again. It's exciting to get my Money in the Bank predictions. I always love to break down each and every match. I like to give my opinions and share my opinions about each and every match. I'm really excited for this card. Sadly, I will not be live tweeting it or watching it live because I will be at work during that time. But I will definitely catch it as soon as I'm out of work, and I'll be up till like 4 o'clock in the morning my time watching it.
Oh, my God.
But I'm really excited for this card. I think this is, again, like the WrestleMania card this year. It's very stacked. I have a lot of high expectations for this. But again, thank you guys so much for having me on here. Thank you to all you guys out there, the fans, the listeners, the viewers, the optimistic empire that always supports, not just me, but my boy, Ryan, my boy, Willie, Elias the Ballers, and of course, how could I not leave the best for last, Mr. Christian Maracle, the Miracle Man, WWE Sins God, whatever you want to call him, the Sin God of professional wrestling.
Oh, yeah,
So-
that's me, y'all.
So thank you guys so much. My phone's about to die, so I'm going to sign off right now. So
All
thank you
right.
guys
All
so
right.
much, and I will see you guys hopefully again in another episode. So peace, good love, and please, for the love of God, stay in your lane. Thank you, and goodbye.
See you, Mike.
Peace out, Mike.
Go ahead, Mike. Wow.
As for us, I mean,
It's always amazing every time we
Man.
do this, right?
it is.
And
Really is.
to Flair Section and to Connor Riley, we just give you guys a shout out. We love you so much. We're
Yeah.
glad that y'all are
Miss
doing
you guys.
We're glad y'all are doing great with your lives too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Miss you guys, really do. It's not the same.
Money in the Bank's going to be exciting on Sunday, isn't it?
Most definitely. I really am excited. I will be doing live reactions, folks, on my channel.
So go
I'll be live
subscribe.
tweeting.
Yep, go subscribe to Heel Balor. And also, the other reason I'm excited for this is because we got a stacked Money in the Bank card, and then the following day, up here in Canada, it's called Victoria Day, where we have the Victoria Day festivities in my hometown. So I'll be looking forward to that all day the next day.
Hey.
Carnival rides, a bunch of cool stuff, parades, you name it. We always have fun. So,
Heck yeah.
a great Money in the Bank, and at the same time, great festivities the following day. So, I'm stacked for the weekend.
Same.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us. For all of us here at the Losers Lounge podcast, always remember to be awesome, yada, yada, yada. Be heelist the ballers. Be
Hell yeah.
Be a double R. Be a...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I can't really come up with any cool phrases, but, it's okay.
Stay rested up.
We are losers, and this is our lounge. That's always awesome to say. All right,
Yes.
folks.
And it's our lounge.
That's literally what I just said, but okay.
Star Lounge, baby.
More enthusiasm.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see. Well, before we go, really quickly, I want to let you guys know, as we mentioned before, this is going to go on for the next set. This is 7 weeks worth of podcasts. This is week number 1. We got 6 more episodes to go for this long streak.
Yes.
We mentioned before, next week, we're going to be reviewing Money in the Bank and predicting All Elite Wrestling's Double or Nothing. The following week, it's another review and predict. Reviewing Double or Nothing, predicting NXT TakeOver 25. 25, wow.
25. 25.
Crazy.
The following week, reviewing TakeOver 25 and predicting Super Showdown.
Oh, God.
The following week, just simply reviewing Super Showdown, which may or may not include rants, depending on how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, of course, actually not finally, sorry. The following week, predicting Stomping Grounds, which I'll admit, I like that name. I like that name.
It's still funny.
Yeah, it's funny, and yet it's cool. We'll be predicting Stomping Grounds, and the last week, reviewing Stomping Grounds, and then finally we can take 2 weeks off.
Until...
Extreme Rules.
Oh, God.
We'll talk more about
We
that.
are in for a long week.
Yep.
Weeks.
But you know what? It's just goes to show that June is going to be action-packed.
Yes.
Yes.
You guys are getting a lot of great stuff for June, so tune in to this channel, tune into everybody else's channels, and just have a fun time. And especially to those who are, in school, study up for your exams, get ready, because it's going to be your busy month.
Mm-hmm.
Study up, and always remember, be optimistic, show optimism, think optimistically. That's what I love saying too. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us, and we'll see you guys next week on the Losers Lounge podcast.
Next week.